nourishing body wash, perfect for your post-match shower. Now available in new eucalyptus and mint long-lasting fresh fragrance. Let confidence last with Dove Men Plus Care. Proud partners of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
I need to get snacks, I need to get drinks, should have done this beforehand. I need to get treats, gotta find a BP, gotta find a BP. Oh, my mates say won't like me, gotta find a... Oh, there it is.
BP is here for all your big game essentials. Plus, BP Me Rewards members can earn points to put towards great saves.
Adam in the car 1, hungry mates 0.
BP, here for all of life's journeys. BP Me Rewards card or app required. For full T's and C's, visit bpmerewards.co.uk.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every England game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet Builders are 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Get match ready with Club Card prices. Like 25% off 6 or more bottles of wine or fizz. With Tesco Club Card, everyone can feel the to lower prices. Tesco, every little helps. 18+ drinkaware.co.uk. Majority of large stores ends 1st of July. Excludes Scotland. Club Card or app required.
Here we are then, Jeff. Just minutes to go until the whistle. Will they make it?
Tense is an understatement, Jeff. There's so much riding on it. The question is, will they be able to find that extra gear when they need it most?
And here we go. Oh, yes, they've made it. That's why you drive a properly maintained vehicle.
Love to see that.
It's starting, come on.
Make sure your journey to the match is a smooth one. Book a free vehicle safety check today at quickfit.com or your local centre. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
When Andre sold his car on finance with Motorway, he got more money. Ooh!
What are you doing there?
He then put that extra money into tickets to follow his team around the country.
Come on, lads!
Selling on Motorway was completely stress-free, which is more than I can say about being a supporter of... Yes!
Sell your car the more money way, where 84% of sellers sold for more. Motorway. Validated against 2 independent sources. Visit motorway.co.uk/claim.
Let's go live to hear about that winning goal.
The crowd's gone absolutely wild here. How on earth do you sum up your emotions right now?
Amazing. A hat-trick is just the best feeling ever.
Is it though? Is kicking a ball into the back of the net really better than food fulfillment from Burger King? That warm, fuzzy feeling of total food satisfaction. Like finishing the last bite of a Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus.
No.
Correct. Burger King. That's food fulfillment.
Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2 with Carly, the UK's #1 lager. 18+, always drink responsibly.
It's Destination Deutschland.
A punishing finish.
UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stelling. Join me this summer on TalkSport and TalkSport 2 for Euro 2024 live from Germany.
Let's game on.
Don't miss any of the Euro 2024 action on TalkSport and TalkSport 2. You won't miss a kick.
TalkSport 2.
Every sub, every send-off, every sublime set piece.
Official broadcast partner of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
Euro Game Day Live
on TalkSport 2.
I like it. First.
You're listening to Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. TalkSport listeners, you have the choice of 2 games over on TalkSport 2 right now. Ian Danta and the former England striker Darren Bent will bringing you live commentary of France versus Poland.
TalkSport 2.
Every sub, every send-off, every sublime set piece.
Official broadcast partner of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
Euro Game Day Live
on TalkSport 2.
I like it.
And a very good afternoon to you from a warm, sultry, sunny Dortmund Stadium in the Ruhr Valley. I'm Ian Danta, alongside me Darren Bent. We're gearing up for the conclusion of this particular group that also involves the Netherlands and Austria. But can France top the group by beating already eliminated Poland? And the man in the mask is back. Batman returns for the French. Austria surely have 3 points. Poland with their talisman out there, looking desperate trouble in this qualification group.
The level of the teams that we playing against, like the Netherlands, Austria and France, like minimum I think that like quarterfinal of Europe champion.
Poland are the first side eliminated. Poland are out of Euro 2024. It's Austria 3, Poland 1. So Group D comes to a conclusion in the next 90 minutes on the TalkSport network. Over on TalkSport, Austria against the Netherlands. TalkSport 2 will bring you France against Poland. A reminder of the team news: 2 changes for France after that 0-0 draw with the Netherlands. Mbappe returns up front wearing a mask to protect that broken nose. He comes in for Thuram. Bradley Barcola of Paris Saint-Germain, a surprise call-up to the squad. He gets a cap in place of Antoine Griezmann, who misses out on a European Championship tie for the first time since 2016. So it's Mike Maignan in goal, Jules Koundé, Dayot Upamecano, William Saliba, Theo Hernandez in defence, N'Golo Kante, Aurélien Tchouameni and Adrien Rabiot in midfield, Ousmane Dembele and Bradley Barcola flanking Kylian Mbappe. 5 changes for the Poles, including a change in goal, in midfield and up front. Lewandowski starts on what could be his final appearance for his country. Lukasz Skorupski comes in for Szczesny in goal. Jan Bednarek, Pavel Davidovich and Jakub Kiwior in the back 3. Przemysław Frankowski, Jakub Moder, Piotr Zielinski and Nikola Zalewski in midfield. And 2 playing just behind Lewandowski in Sebastian Szymanski and Kasper Urbanski. Let's look ahead to the action this afternoon with our friends at Carling.
Euro Game Day Roundup on TalkSport 2 with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Darren Bent is alongside me. Benty, how you doing?
Yep.
We're both.
I'm all very good. I'm very hot, but yeah, it's very, very good.
Now, French need to win to top the group, make sure that they've got a chance to go through as first. They'll want to do that, and I guess Poland at the same time. They won't want to lose 3 in a row here, will they? They want to put in a performance for the fans away to our right.
Exactly that. I mean, as you said there, it's all about the French. They want to get themselves top of the group, get the job done. But if you're Poland, you've got your own pride as well. You don't want to come to a major championship losing all the games and going home with your tail between your legs. You don't want that. You want to put in a performance, certainly against arguably the best team on the planet. You go out there, put a job in, not only make yourself proud, but your nation as well.
That was a look ahead to the action we've got in association with Carling.
Euro Game Day Roundup on TalkSport 2 with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
The players are coming out of the tunnel, just moving their way around to the far side of the field from us for the national anthems. It's a beautiful afternoon in Dortmund. The French supporters are in the Sud Tribune, the yellow wall end here at this quite extraordinary stadium. I'll have to say, from a purely selfish point of view, I've always wanted to come here and cover a game, and it is every bit as impressive as I imagined it to be. Polish fans to our right wearing red and white, but there's plenty of tricolours flying away to our left hand side. Poland will be in all red this afternoon, France in all blue. But before we get going, we will have both national anthems ahead of kick-off in Group D, and we will start with the national anthem of the Polish before the French. red smoke drifting across from the north stand with the flares that were lit by the Polish supporters ahead of that anthem. And now for one of the most recognised anthems, the Marseillaise. Terrific atmosphere inside the Dortmund Stadium here in Germany, live on TalkSport 2. And now the triangular flags that were placed in either penalty area denoting the nation's flags are taken down, all the UEFA paraphernalia is removed, and the players break away to prepare for kick-off here. So the two strikers captaining today. Mbappe against Lewandowski, and Darren Bent talked to him about Lewandowski. He came on against Austria when we were in Berlin a few days ago. Didn't really have a chance to affect the game, did he, that afternoon?
No, he didn't. He didn't really get the service, and that was a tough game as well. Austria were on top. But I'm looking for a big performance in today. This could be his last one. I don't expect it will be, because of how he looks after himself. He's in great nick. But I mean, this is going to be a battle as well, because you've almost got the older generation against the new generation. I know Mbappe's not young anymore, but we've both seen these two guys, certainly for a number of years now, be at the top end. When you're talking about centre forwards, is it Mbappe, is it Lewandowski? Both of them are both absolutely incredible.
Yeah, all-time record caps and goal scorer for Poland, Lewandowski. He's got 82. He scored 312 in the Bundesliga, and this, let's not forget, Benty, was once his home. Before he went to Bayern Munich, he was a Dortmund superstar.
Well, I remember him playing a Champions League game here against Real Madrid, and I think they won 5-1, I think. He was absolutely incredible, and I remember thinking, who is that guy? And then obviously he went up to Bayern Munich, breaking records left, right, centre, but I think certainly for me, in my generation, he's up there with one of the best. Whether you put him first, second or third, he's definitely in the discussion.
And a big afternoon for Bradley Barcola, we should mention him. Just 21 years of age, had a real breakthrough year at Paris Saint-Germain, and Didier Deschamps has placed his trust in him this afternoon, admittedly in a game that only matters to a degree, but nevertheless, Darren, you know,
I think he's got a chance here, because with them not being as free-flowing as we'd like to have seen them, France, up until this point, he's got a chance. If he puts up a performance today, gets himself a goal and assist, there's no reason why he can't stay in the team, and obviously going forward, so it should be a really interesting battle today.
The countdown clock on the Jumbotron screens reaches 2-1, and our referee Marco Guida of Italy gets us underway on TalkSport 2. Poland in all red, kicking from right to left as we look towards the yellow wall, which is far to our left-hand side where most of the French support is. France in all blue, kicking towards the north stand away to our right-hand side, which is where most of the Polish fans have gathered.
Yeah, it looks like today Poland certainly 3-5-2. They've deployed that a lot in this competition so far. They've got real joy certainly out wide, and then France in that 4-4-1-1. I expect the wide men to play their part as well.
Well, here's Lewandowski immediately trying to release Urbanski down the inside right channel, but it's hit too far. I can see some heavy strapping on Lewandowski's right thigh underneath his red shorts. Ball's bounced through to Mike Maignan, the first choice French keeper. Boys, he had to be patient whilst Hugo Lloris was dominating between the sticks for his country. I think Steve Mandanda had exactly the same problem, and he never got his chance, Mandanda.
It's so surprising that, because even when they won the World Cup in 2018, I did think Lloris was at his best. I thought he was past his best. He made certainly some mistakes in that World Cup, and I thought maybe it's time for the next generation, but no, they kept faith with him, and now obviously Mike Magnon's got his opportunity. He hasn't let him down so far.
Skorupski, the other goalkeeper at the other end, with a very short pass out to Davidovic that Mbappe nearly stole off him around the penalty spot, but Poland have got it half clear, but it's won back by Chouameni. Now Dembele coming in field just in front of the centre circle, tucks it out to Theo Hernandez on the inside left channel. Mbappe comes short to take over, drifting towards the left hand corner of the box. Now Jinx in field, lays it off to Chouameni. Rabiot now pops up on the left hand side, tries to play a 1-2 with Mbappe, and Poland managed to win possession back, and a good ball up to Urbanski, who's now faced up just shy of the halfway line by William Saliba of Arsenal. But Urbanski turns back towards his own goal, then gets dispossessed by Rabiot. Early ball in field to N'Golo Kante. Kante to about 25 yards out, finds Dembele. Now moving up on the right-hand side is Jules Koundé. Kante again. And then he gives it away. Collector's pass there, although Dembele very swift to take the ball off the toe of Piotr Zielinski. And the ball's back with Chouameni. Couple of minutes gone, 0-0 on TalkSport 2. Remember, Austria-Netherlands is live over on TalkSport right now with Adam Bridge and Mick McCarthy. Don't forget, England take on Slovenia live on TalkSport tonight. All the build-up once this game is done in Dortmund. See if England can top the group. If they don't and they finish second, England will be back here on Saturday to face the Germans. Meantime, France have won a free kick just over the halfway line, and Dembele plays it short to N'Golo Kante, rolls it back to Saliba.
I'll tell you what, Poland are going to have to start the game a lot better than they started against Austria. The first 10 minutes in that game, Austria were at them, they pressed them, they won the ball back high up, they caused them problems. Against this French team, if you do that, you could be 2 down before you know it.
Oh, Rabiot now trying to dart through a couple of Polish players on the left wing, and they prevent the corner, Poland, but it is a throw, 10 yards from the corner flag. Referee's got to do his shoelaces up before the throw can be taken.
Yeah, Bradley Barcola, they're being really positive, trying to get out 2-3. He's been doing that all season for PSG. But as I said, Poland, they have to start. They've got to find a way of getting up the pitch and trying to get support to Robert Lewandowski, or it's going to be a long afternoon for him.
Barcola collects the throw from Theo Hernandez, elects to go back towards the halfway line, and Aurélien Chouameni. Lovely little lofted pass from Chouameni out to Jules Koundé on this near side, the French right. Kante now picks it up in field. 0-0, 3 gone on TalkSport 2. And the French now coming forward with Hernandez. Finds Barcola out on that left wing, level with the edge of the penalty area. Frankowski trying to close down the space. Barcola drives past him brilliantly, pulls it back to the penalty spot intelligently, and Jakob Moder turns it behind for a corner. There was nobody there in French blue to turn home what was a sensational running cross from Bradley Barcola. 0-0.
The only one that was in there was Dembele, and he didn't really have any movement. He kind of hung along the back post. I think in that type of situation, you see him going down the line, you have to get yourself to that front post space.
First corner of the game, Dembele to take it for France, right-footed in swinger, but have to take it again because there was a bit of pushing and shoving that the referee was spotting just as the corner was about to be taken. So Dembele gets a second go, and the referee making that similar to say no more in terms of the pushing and shoving. Chouameni makes a run to the 6-yard line. It goes all the way through players from Dembele's corner and dribbles through for a goal kick in the end. 0-0.
What a cross that was, and if I'm Dembele, I'm screaming at the 2 centre-halves, I'm screaming at Mbappe, where are you? The ball practically bounced in the middle of the 6-yard box and went out for a goal kick. Surely that's exactly as an attacking player where you want the ball. It was the right pace, the right area, you're begging somebody, make the run into that 6-yard box. It's practically a tap-in. The fact that no one's there, I'm really disappointed if I'm Dembele.
So no Griezmann today for France. He started their last 11 games at the Euros. His only game on the bench at the Euros was in 2016, the second game, but he came off the bench to score against Albania. He will be chomping at the bit to get out there at some point this afternoon. Particularly the way the French have started, very much on the front foot. Poland have barely got the ball out of their own half. They've got a chance to do so now on 5 minutes with Frankowski on the far side of the field there right. Lovely ball in field from Sebastian Szymanski. Now Lewandowski lays it off to Szymanski. Great run through the middle, but it's cleared away by Saliba. Zielinski with a drive from the edge of the area, well held. Low down to his left by Magnon. 0-0.
Do you know what? Lewandowski's touched at Ubanski. He's got to give it back to him. If he gives it back to Lewandowski in that particular area, he's got a shot on goal. But the fact he took that extra touch right on the edge of the box allowed the space to kind of condense. If he'd have popped it back to him one touch, Lewandowski's got a free shot from 10 yards out.
As it was, it's a decent enough hit from Szymanski, but well held by Manuel. That's the first effort on goal. And unlikely as it may seem, it came from Poland after the way France have dominated the opening 6 minutes. 0-0 on TalkSport 2 here at the Borussia Dortmund home, the Westfalenstadion in the Ruhr Valley. And the ball goes out of play for what should be a French throw. Barcola hit it against Jakob Moder. And the throw taken quickly by Rabiot, and he gets it back from Hernandez. He's on the halfway line, right on the far touchline, Adrien Rabiot. Never been backward in coming forward about expressing his feelings, Adrien Rabiot. And he's fallen foul of Didier Deschamps before now. Refused to be a standby, you might remember.
I do remember that.
For a major tournament. And that didn't go down well. But he's back in favour and playing out on the left of this midfield three for France this afternoon. He receives the ball now. Clips it back to Saliba. Upamecano, I'll get it right, get my teeth in. Just to his right, finds Jules Koundé. Koundé up to Dembele, just over the halfway line. Might have a run at Zalewski here. Elects to come in field and then knock it backwards of square to N'Golo Kanté. Now the captain Mbappe, the man in the mask, out to the left-hand side for Barcola, hugging that far touchline. Mbappe gets it back just in field, just jinxed further in field, almost shaped to shoot for a moment. But he will find Dembele. Koundé on the overlap, but Dembele going down the right side of the box himself, tries to pull it back, but it's a weak cross and easily picked up by Zalewski, who drifts down this left-hand channel, hits the ball against N'Golo Kanté and wins a throw.
As Zalewski was running the ball out there, and he'd done really well, to be fair, to pick up the second ball, he tried to run N'Golo Kanté, and in my mind straight away I thought, absolutely no chance. I mean, what is quite interesting from this French team, the way they've lined up, is N'Golo Kanté's playing a little bit further forward, which is quite surprising, because for me he's one of the best holders, if not the best on the planet. The fact that he's playing a little bit more advanced, it's quite clever that from France.
Over on TalkSport, Austria have the lead. An own goal by Daniel Malins giving them the lead against the Netherlands. That puts this group firmly in France's hands. If they can get the win here, they will top the group. But it's 0-0 here with 8 minutes gone on TalkSport 2 on this very sultry afternoon. Bright sunshine in Dortmund. Upamecano guides the ball back to Manuel. Lewandowski closes down the space to an extent, but France are able to pass their way out their own penalty area. But then Hernandez is pressurised by a combination of Frankowski and Urbanski, but a foul was given against Theo Hernandez, and the French have a free kick, and you can hear what the Polish spectators to our right think about that decision. 0-0.
Yeah, just good pressure from Poland, really good pressure, kind of penned Hernandez back into his own corner on that left-hand side, and it probably was a foul, maybe a little bit over-eager. But that's the thing about when you plan up from the back, no one wants to just clear it. It's always got to be the perfect pass, but I think sometimes the very best defenders, certainly throughout history, if it's there to be cleared, they'll just clear it.
Chouameni with another lofted pass to Koundé, gets up to the halfway line for France. 0-0 on TalkSport 2 against this Polish side who are bidding to avoid losing all 3 group stage games. That's never happened to them before in their previous European Championships. Mbappe, good skill and good close control of the ball on the right wing, knocks it back to Kanté. Now Dembele, right-hand corner of the box, goes on the outside of Davidovic, gets to the byline, pulls it back, but that's good goalkeeping by Skorupski. Flew out to the edge of his 6-yard box and claimed the ball well, and a good overarm pass out to Urbanski on the far side of the field. But French now get men behind the ball, and Poland slow the game down. 0-0.
Do you know what? I really like Dembele in his first couple of minutes. He's getting it. He's been really, really positive, getting at Jakob Kivior. The only thing about Mbappe, because he drops so deep to pick up the ball, and he's wonderful at it, is that when Dembele is direct and goes at the fullback and they cross it, he's nowhere to be seen. He's not getting himself in the box, and that leaves, like the first instance, it was Barcola was in the box, and this time as well, Mbappe's about 5 yards outside the penalty area. You want him in there, in and around the 6-yard box, getting those tap-ins.
What I should stress at the moment, with that Austrian goal against the Netherlands, Austria are topping the group at the moment. France are coming second, and the Netherlands are down in third as things stand in Group D. Here's N'Golo Kanté finding Dembele. Oh, he just skips past Zalewski. He's got space to gallop into in the area. 3 to pull it back to. Looks for Barcola, misses it. Hernandez coming in. Oh, it's put wide by the foot of Skorupski, who defended his near post just in the nick of time. But it's another French corner. 0-0.
Dembele's the real danger at the minute. He's the one who's getting at the fullback every single time. He's picked up the ball. He's got a Kivior. He's got Zalewski, and he's going past them at will. That time there, he looks up, and I just think the movement was a little bit static again. Mbappe pulls up to the edge of the box. There's no real pass on there. It's only Bradley Barcola who gets to that back post.
Short corner, and it's Mbappe who picks up the short corner on that left-hand side. Just chips it to the far post, headed up in the air by Saliba. Upamecano's up there with him. Now Jules Koundé knocks it down into midfield. Saliba has to go back to the last man, Conte, just ahead of the centre circle. It's fed out wide to Koundé. Cross is poor, but it might make its way through to Barcola. Desperate defending by Frankowski, and now Lewandowski's back on the edge of his own penalty area. Will try and help Poland clear their lines, and eventually it's put out of play for France, though. They just can't get out when they want to. Poland 0-0, 11 gone.
You can't keep giving this French team opportunities to attack your box. Just as I said, so far not really much has come down that left hand side. It's been all Dembele on this right hand side, but again, they're starting off the way they started against Austria, really slowly.
It's the former England striker Darren Bent alongside me, Ian Danta, here at the Dortmund Stadium on TalkSport 2. England play later, of course, against Slovenia. 8 o'clock kickoff, live on TalkSport. All the build-up will start with Adrian Durham and the team from 7 o'clock in Cologne. And then, of course, you can react to the action straight after on the sports bar with how England get on as they bid to win their group. France are not winning their group, and neither are the Netherlands, because with Austria 1-0 up, they would go through as group winners if things stay as they are. So that own goal, apparently it's the earliest own goal in Euro's history from Daniel Malin. Let's put Austria 1 up in Berlin, where we were the other day, watching Poland lose to Austria. Lewandowski, who came on as a sub in that game. Lovely chip ball out to the right-hand side. He's made a great run through the middle. He was looking for the return pass from Szymanski, and by the time the ball was sent in field, the French had players back in control of the situation. Oh, lovely turn from Mbappe, sets N'Golo Kante away, and then unselfishly he tried to feed it out to the left wing for Barcola, but he just toe-ended it straight out of play for a goal kick. 0-0.
Really good play from Mbappe there. Knew his surroundings. Just let the centre-half get tight to him, and it felt him. I think it was Bednarek who came up behind him and just turned him and rolled in Kante in. And Kante, it was the right thing to do, because Barcola, if he executes the pass, Barcola's got the freedom in this half to go through and have a 1v1 with the goalkeeper. But Kante, first thing he's got wrong this whole tournament.
Now Poland coming forward with Kasper Urbanski, just rides the challenge of Koundé, moves into the French half of the field. Lovely reverse pass, sets Sebastian Szymanski away, and his drive is hit behind by Hernandez, who blocks it. Good covering from the left back, coming across to the right hand side of his own penalty area. But Poland now have their first corner of the game at 0-0 on TalkSport 2.
Really good play from Poland there. Little 1-2s in and around the box. People not going with runners. And Kasper Urbanski, I mean, he goes through there. I'm thinking, square it, because if he squares it, then I think Frankowski's got to tap him. But it's fair. Good defending from Koundé. Really good defending.
So Sebastian Szymanski will have the resulting corner kick at the yellow wall end to our left. It'll be a left-footed outswinger. Poor corner, it's headed only half clear, driven back in and straight at the goalkeeper Magnon, who then runs into Lewandowski. The chance came to Kasper Urbanski at the edge of the area, because France did not clear their lines well at all, but Urbanski shot straight at Mike Magnon, who then barged into Lewandowski. Lewandowski, the aggressor, says the referee. Free kick France, 0-0.
Yeah, it's a good chance that for Urbanski as well. I mean, it's a difficult one because it bounces up, it comes to him quite quickly. I mean, he hits the target, which is all you can ask, but again there, it's hard. He could take a touch, a crowded penalty area. He does well to hit the target on his left foot as well, and it's a comfortable save from the goalkeeper, but again, France, we've got to pick up those second balls.
So Poland have had a couple of little sighters in this opening quarter of an hour. We're ticking round towards 15 minutes on TalkSport 2 here in Dortmund. Temperatures around about 27, 28, not too dissimilar to what you've got back in the UK from what we're being told, which is nice to hear that you're sharing the sunshine with us. Mbappe gives the ball back to Hernandez on halfway. Chouameni lays it off to Saliba, and now Barcola, this little boxer tricks, who emerged at Lyon before his big money move to Paris Saint-Germain. As we say, just winning his third cap this afternoon and his first at a major tournament. But it's on the other side of the field, the near side to us. Dembele, right-hand corner of the box, goes in field to N'Golo Kante. He gives it back to Dembele. Koundé's there for the overlap, but the ball swung in deep and beyond Barcola, beyond the far post. But Mbappe is out there, and the ball ricochets into the path of Hernandez. Mbappe again, up against Sebastian Szymanski, level with the edge of the area, drives in field from the left-hand side, but good touch from Szymanski, roared on by the Polish fans, and now Szymanski trying to lead a counter-attack. Only Lewandowski ahead of him, To his left is Nikola Zalewski. Picks up the ball now. Faced up by Koundé and Kante. Goes back into the edge of the centre circle for Jakub Moder of Brighton. Now Zielinski, the real creative hub in Poland's midfield. Their number 10, who was captain in Lewandowski's absence. He has the ball again, just over the halfway line. Tries to play on the ball in the feet to Szymanski. Makes it in the end via a deflection off Chouameni. And here's Jakub Moder, just by the centre circle. To his left is the Arsenal man, Jakub Kiwior. Now Zalewski, hugging the left wing, looking to take on Jules Koundé for praise. Tries to whip the left-footed cross in, put out a play for a throw. 16 gone on TalkSport 2. France 0, Poland 0.
Poland are certainly having a lot of possession out on the edge of France's box. Little 1-2s. It's working well. They're not going with tracking with runners.
And then Jakub Moder decides he's going to have a crack at goal from fully 35 yards out. And, well, it's a long way to the back of the yellow wall. Actually, in fairness to him, it didn't make halfway up that stand, but it was well over, 0-0.
Do you know what? I think Poland are just realising now that other than Kante, you've got Chouameni, you've got Rabiot, these guys are not really wanting to put the shift in to run back, and they're just committing one or two more men forward, and it's causing France a problem, especially on transition. Every time they win the ball back, they're at France's backline as well, and there's only Kante there holding, so it's really patient play and effective play from Poland so far.
I'm sure word will have got out there to the French players that the Netherlands are behind, and that Austria are winning the group at the moment as things stand. It's 1-0 to Austria, courtesy of a very early own goal. That game's live over on TalkSport right now if you want to catch that with Adam Bridge and Mick McCarthy. And any of you Scotland fans who want to avoid England tonight, Denmark-Serbia is here on TalkSport 2 at 8 p.m. Ball's back with Pavel Davidovic, one of the three Polish centre-halves, and back to Lukasz Skorupski, who is winning his 11th cap. He's the established number 2 for Poland behind Szczesny after the retirement from international football of Lukasz Fabianski. He's been the number 1 at Bologna for 6 years, Skorupski. And he's made one good save, good handling at his near post, Darren Bent, when the cross came in from Dembele. It was important handling.
There was, yeah, blocking out that near post as well. And he's been, they've not really tested him enough, I don't think, France.
Not at this point. 18 gone, 0-0. And here is Obransky laying the ball off to Jakub Kiwior, pushed into midfield. Oh, he shows too much of that to Barcola, and now it's 4-on-3 for the French as Kante comes charging through the midfield. Dembele to his right, slips in Dembele, head to the 6-yard box, great save. Skorupski comes back to N'Golo Kante inside the area, tries to tee at Dembele, but the pass is too heavy, and just as we were talking about Lukasz Skorupski, he comes up with a big save to deny Ousmane Dembele an opener for France. 0-0.
Great save from Skorupski, but really poor finish from Dembele. I mean, he doesn't do anything with it. Kante does everything right. He drives with the ball. I think he releases the ball to the right hand side at the perfect time, and Dembele just hits it at the goalkeeper rather than trying to pick out a corner by keeping it low. Or I would always go across the goalkeeper in that situation. Go into the near post. It's a very small margin of area. You can't score in that area. It's the wrong height, the wrong finish, poor execution.
That's Darren Bent alongside me, Ian Danter. You're listening to Euro Game Day live on TalkSport 2, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, please drink responsibly. The score is France 0, Poland 0. 19.5 minutes gone. The Italian referee has just awarded France a free kick over on the far side of the field. Not quite at the midway point of the Polish half. Les Bleus all in blue today, Poland all in red. Slightly graded red shirts though, from dark to lighter as they go from top to bottom.
Do you know what, Dan? In that scenario there, I'm thinking, because the talk before the game started, and certainly is that France struggling to score goals, not as effective in the final third. But a lot of them make the same movement. That's the problem. So when Dembele gets the ball on this right-hand side, he's looking up, he's wanting someone to almost bust the gut to get into that 6-yard box for a tap-in. You've got Mbappe that pulls off to the penalty spot. You've got Bradley Barcola, to be fair to him, he's trying to get in there. You've got Chouameni or Kante on the penalty spot. You've got a cluster of French players all in about a 5-yard radius of each other. There's no movement. No one's going near post. No one's going back post. They're all in the same area.
You've got Giroud on the bench who could do that.
This might be a game for him.
0-0 at the moment. Hernandez for France finds Mbappe, just turns the ball out to the left wing, and Barcola gives it back to Mbappe, approaching the left-hand corner of the box again. He looked like he was shaping to shoot from distance there, but instead sends it across to Jules Koundé, infield to Kante. Now Dembele right wing, Zalewski backpedaling. Will Dembele try and go on the outside of him? No, he fires the ball early into the edge of the area for Koundé, tries to lay it off for Rabiot. Ball ricochets out to Conte on the right wing. Slides it down the right-hand side of the box for Dembele. Nutmegs Kivior, but then runs into Jakub Moder. And then Conte can't keep the ball in play. In fact, he fouled his man in trying to win the ball back. And Poland have nearly survived the opening quarter of the game. Certainly the first 5 or 7 or 10 minutes, Darren Bent, were all France, but Poland have had their moments at 0-0.
They have, yeah. I mean, obviously Jabanski's tested Mike Mannion, comfortable save, but I just think, again, France, they get the ball wide. And this is, so far, I mean, we know we're only 21 minutes in, but this might be a game for Olivier Giroud, because in that type of situation there, Dembele, don't think, just put it in the box with a cross, and you know Giroud will be there, and then you pick up the pieces. He's either going to score or knock it down for somebody, but at the minute they're trying to be too precise, and that's why Poland are getting back in numbers.
Skorupski wallops the ball downfield looking for Lewandowski to win the header, but Upamecano wins it instead. Moder manages to knock down the second ball, but it won't come for Poland. Instead, Koundé lofts it clear up to halfway for France, but a push by Dembele on Kivior gives Poland a free kick. Poland have scored more than one goal in just one of their 16 Euros matches, and that was a 3-2 defeat to Sweden at the last European Championships. And they only scored one when Darren Bent and myself saw them in Berlin against Austria. Got themselves level through Piontek, who's on the bench today. But in the end, a great goal from Austria sealed the deal, and Poland are eliminated. But they're pushing here with Zalewski darting down the left-hand side of the box, chips the ball to the far post, and it's headed out by a combination of Saliba and Upamecano, but it comes back to Szymanski, and a flying header from Upamecano diverts it behind at the yellow wall end for a Polish corner. 0-0.
Do you know
the
what?
Flag gone up.
No, the referee's having a word of Upamecano, because Lewandowski's movement is so clever. He goes to spin him behind, he comes short, and just as Upamecano comes to guard him, he spins him behind, and he was away, and Upamecano's grabbing him, he's holding him, and I think the referee's saying, I've seen it, but if you continue to do that, you're going to get booked.
So Sebastian Szymanski with a second Polish corner at the yellow wall end to our left-hand side. It'll be a left-footed outswinger from him, deep to the far post, flicked out by Barcola. And Mbappe trying to get away from his man. He's clearly having his shirt pulled, and the referee wants to book the Polish player Zalewski, even though Mbappe managed to shrug him off and was motoring clear. Yellow card awarded to Nikola Zalewski at 0-0.
Yeah, probably the right decision from Zalewski, because anyhow Mbappe's got free. There was no other planet Zalewski was catching him, so he just thought, you know what, so I can allow my rest of my teammates to help me out, I'll just take his shirt. I thought probably we would have swapped after the game, but clearly he wanted to do it then and get back into shape.
Here's Jules Koundé for France. Quarter of the game gone. We played 24 minutes on TalkSport 2. Chouameni in the centre circle, which is shaded. Gradually more and more of the pitch is getting in shade, the shade coming towards us as we sit in the east stand here. Ball work back to Adrien Rabiot, midway point of the Polish half, out on the left hand side. Barcola trying to roll his foot on the ball with his back to goal and try and work an angle, but tried to do too much, and Poland won the ball back, and it's tucked back by Kivior to Skorupski, his keeper, who under pressure from Conte passes the ball very calmly out to Frankowski on the right hand side. 0-0.
I mean, Bradley Barcola there, he's trying to be positive, but he's going into an area where there's way too many bodies, and again that's the problem, is that they're looking up to cross it, and Mbappe's on the edge of the box. There's no real target in there. You get a Giroud on, then you ain't even got to think about it, you pop it into that area and he's there.
Poland give the ball away. Dembele sends the ball out to Barcola on the left hand side, down the left hand side of the box, puts it across the face of goal, or tries to, and it's turned behind for a corner kick. It was Jan Bednarek that got the vital touch. A third corner of the half to France. 0-0.
Good play again from Barcola. It's been really positive this first half, but again, even if Jan Bednarek doesn't block that cross, there's only N'Golo Kante in there. Dembele's in the edge of the box, Mbappe's on the edge of the box. They've got to find a way of getting more numbers in where you're going to score goals.
Clutch of players around the penalty spot in both red and blue as Dembele prepares to take the corner kick from the far side for France at 0-0. Whistles go up from the Polish fans behind that goal to our right. In it comes from Dembele. Good claim by Skorupski, coming to the edge of his 6-yard box. Rabiot was the player closest to him for France notionally, and he ended up barging into his own player, Jan Bednarek. 0-0.
Yeah, good play from Skorupski there, getting the ball. Movement from France was a little bit better there, but the cross from Dembele had a little bit too much air in it and allowed the goalkeeper to come and claim it.
25 minutes gone in Dortmund on TalkSport 2. 0-0 the score in this Group D encounter. Over on TalkSport, Austria lead the Netherlands without having taken a shot. An own goal has put them in front, and Austria top the group. France will be second, Netherlands third as things stand. But that can all change with a goal here. And Rabiot trying to do something about it for France, looking to release Hernandez down the left-hand side, but too much club on that pass. And it goes behind with a couple of bounces for a Polish goal kick, 0-0.
Yeah, they're struggling a little bit down that left-hand side, France. I mean, you've got Hernandez who's trying to do the overlap. You've got Bradley Barcola who's coming in off the line, that's allowing the space for Hernandez to get around him. You've got Rabiot going over there as well, but they're just not gelling over there at the minute.
Remember, France have failed to score in their last 3 games themselves. The only goal they've got at this tournament was an own goal. That was Max Wöber, who gave them the 1-0 win against Austria. And Mbappe's got this weird thing I was telling you about the other day, Benty, that he's failed to score from 18 attempts at goal in European Championships, and yet he's got loads of goals at World Cups, 12. It's a bit like Thomas Muller and his record for Germany. Very bizarre.
So strange that, because you're right, it's almost like the World Cup comes around, he shows up, and in the European Championships you're expecting a little bit more from him, but listen, he's a top player. That won't last. that stat there about him not scoring won't last.
And there's going to be a drinks break midway through the first half because of the really high temperatures here. As we mentioned, it's about 27-28 degrees. Thankfully me and Benty are kind of dressed for it. We had to buy bucket hats in order that we could see the action in this first half, because the sun is starting to disappear behind the stand opposite us, and it's quite hard for us to see the monitors that are in front of us that give us technical information, but we can certainly see the players down beneath us who are now having this drinks break, either drinking the water or tumbling it over themselves, with the score at 0-0, Benty.
Yeah, it's been France have, I wouldn't say dominated, but they've been the better side for sure. Poland, a couple of opportunities. Lewandowski looks sharp if they can get him the service. But again, it comes from France. Every time they get the ball wide, certainly on this right-hand side with Dembele, they've got to find a way of committing more men into the box, not pulling off to the penalty spot. You've got to get in there, because if Mbappe makes a run into the 6-yard box, that will free up space around the penalty area for a Tchouaméni or a Rabiot to come onto it, even N'Golo Kante. But at the minute, certainly from crosses, they're a little bit predictable.
That's former England striker Darren Bent alongside me, Ian Danter in Dortmund. You're listening to Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. England later against Slovenia, live on TalkSport. Here on TalkSport 2, you'll hear the other game from that group, Denmark against Serbia. You just heard the blast of referee Guida's whistle, which means both sets of players will set themselves back up for a restart, and it's 0-0, and France looking to top the group, but they now need a win in order to do so, based on what Austria are doing 1-0 up against the Netherlands. Mbappe sticks the black mask back around his face. He had one in tricolour colours, I noticed, when he was training.
I wonder if that's bothering him a little bit, because it's hot, the sweat getting into his eyes, because he came in and had the word with Didier Deschamps, and they gave him the towel when he dried it down, so I just wonder if that's causing him 1 or 2 issues.
You've never worn one yourself, no?
Yeah, it's a Halloween party. That's about it.
And was it itching within 5 minutes if you get through the door at that party?
You could say so.
Yeah, so we can imagine how Mbappe's feeling in 28-degree heat. He's captaining France today. The other captain out there, Lewandowski, lays the ball off for Poland from the halfway line. Back to Jakub Kiwior. Kiwior under pressure from Ousmane Dembele. Neatly turns away from him. Zalewski hugging this left-hand touchline, still in his own half. Feeds the ball in field to Lewandowski. Just drifts away from Rabiot. Good footing though from Rabiot to win it back for the French. And then Kante will look to lob it down the right-hand side. Dembele can't take the ball with him. He was under pressure from Jakub Moder. Just couldn't get the ball under his spell and take it away down the right-hand side. 0-0.
Right idea from Kante, just wrong execution, because Dembele would have been 1v1 with Jakub Kiwior if the ball had got to him, but just didn't manage to get there. Too much error on the pass, and then Dembele could take it with him.
Now it's with Frankowski down the right-hand side, but France win the ball back only temporarily. Jakub Moder has possession. Now Jan Bednarek back in the Premier League after Southampton won the playoff final against Leeds, live on TalkSport. He finds another Premier League defender in Jakub Kiwior. Moda of Brighton tries to send the ball through the middle for Lewandowski, but out comes Magnon quickly off his line and smothers the ball at the edge of his 18-yard box. 0-0, half an hour gone.
Jakob Moda, right ball, just a little bit too much on it, to be fair, because Lewandowski again, he's done it so many times this first half. He's gone short, and every single time he's gone into that midfield area, Uwe Meccano's come right behind him and he just spins him. But the pass was the right pass, just wrong execution again.
Dembele inside his own half, poor pass intended for Rabiot, but easily picked off by Sebastian Szymanski. Tries to tuck the ball in field for Urbanski, but the ball wouldn't stick with him. Chouameni helped tidy up for the French, and now Theo Hernandez finds Mbappe on the halfway line, out to the left-hand side. A couple of step-overs, and then he tries to drift past his opposite number, Zielinski. Barcola picks it up now, left wing. Nobody in the box for France. Barcola darting in himself, but it's won back by Frankowski, who just hoofs it downfield looking for Lewandowski. He wins the header on, but nobody made the run in behind. But there was nobody in the box for that French cross from Barcola.
And that's been the problem this whole first half, and you can see why the French are struggling to score goals now, because Barcola's done it, Dembele's done it. Every single time they go at their fullback and they get past him, they look up, there's not a single body in there. And Kante's made it a couple of times, but he's not your goal scorer. Mbappe's your goal scorer, and I know, listen, he's one of the best players on the planet, so who am I to say anything to him? But from a scoring ugly goals point of view, those tap-ins are, you can't buy those goals. As the ball goes across the box, you haven't got to think about it, you're there.
Now Dembele with the ball right-hand side of the box this time. First time ball from Koundé, half cleared, out to Kante, but he shows too much of that to Moda, and he fires the ball upfield, and Lewandowski holds it up well, nearly runs into the referee, turns away and feeds it out to Szymanski on the left-hand side. Zalewski making a run ahead of him down the left-hand side, has it now, up against Koundé. Sebastian Zalewski now moves up to the edge of the penalty area, picks it up now, Szymanski chips it, or attempts to chip it down the left hand side of the box for Urbanski, but Uwe Meccano is there, but his agricultural clearance straight onto the chest of Jakob Moda. There's so much football. Jakob Moda must be delighted to be here, despite Poland not being able to get any points on the board as yet. Kiwior of Arsenal, out to the left-hand side, and Zalewski, good first-time ball. Zielinski down the left-hand side of the box, crosses the far post. Lewandowski heads wide, he wants a corner. It's not been given. He claims Magnon got a hand to that. He didn't even have to jump for that header, Robert Lewandowski, on a plate from Zielinski's left foot, but wide of the target. 0-0.
Do you know what? I think it's good defended from Saliba. It's a really good header from Lewandowski. He heads it down. I'm still not quite sure it beats Mike Mannion even if it hits the target.
It came off the outside of Saliba's right boot. You're dead right, Darren Bent.
So Saliba, I think, gets a blocking, so he's a bit unlucky there. But I was going to say, if they could get Zielinski and Robert Lewandowski in and around each other's space, they're both really good technical players. They link well. I just wonder if they'd get a little bit more joy. But because Zielinski's a little bit deeper, he can't quite get up there to Robert Lewandowski.
12 minutes to half time. France 0, Poland 0 on TalkSport 2. In Group D, where Austria still lead the Netherlands by a 1-0, which sends the Austrians top of the pile in Group D. Would leave the French second and the Netherlands one of the best third place teams. Poland win the ball back on halfway, and it's Urbanski who's running at Saliba now down the inside right channel. Frankowski trying to join in on that right hand side. Urbanski slips slightly, still manages to find Szymanski. Now it's out to Frankowski, right hand side, level with the edge of the area, comes in field, looks for Szymanski again. Good footing, vital footing to take it away from Szymanski. I think it was Rabiot that got the vital touch. And N'Golo Kante picks the ball up for France and tries to release Dembele down the right wing, but it's intercepted by Kiwior. 0-0 the score. Kiwior runs into Koundé, and N'Golo Kante again. Oh, that's a bit lazy from N'Golo Kante, trying to backheel it to Koundé behind him, but he came off the wrong part this heel and straight out for a Poland throw. 0-0.
Do you know the word I'd use to describe France in this first half?
Careful.
Lethargic.
Okay.
The way that they're playing is almost like they know they're through, they're winning the group, and they don't understand obviously the situation with the Austria game, but there's no intensity to their play, there's no little 1-2s, no one's really breaking their neck to get into the box, no one's running in behind, it's all straight lines, it's slow,
sounds familiar. Sounds familiar as an England fan.
Yeah, well, let's hope we don't see that later on, but yeah, France have got to find a way of upping the gear a little bit, because right now at the minute Poland are comfortable, they get back into positions really early, and then it's even more difficult. A simple pass there from Kante, who by the way this tournament's been brilliant, he gives it away.
10 minutes to half time. Ian Danta and Darren Bent, former England striker, with you in Dortmund. France 0, Poland 0. Ball sent down the France left, looking for Rabiot, but a very comfortable header cleared by Bednarek. But it will come back Rabiot's way. Finds Barcola, this young precocious talent from Paris Saint-Germain. Chouameni goes for goal from fully 30 yards out, and it's comfortably blocked. And away comes Jakub Moder with the ball for Poland, but through the legs and away from Urbanski, who claims he was caught by Upamecano, and he stayed down, and the referee says that he needs treatment from the Polish physios. 9 to half-time. France 0, Poland 0. Darren Ben.
Yeah, a little bit clumsy, a little bit naughty as well from Upamecano. I mean, the ball's gone, and just the after stamp, he caught Urbanski on his ankle, and it's a little bit naughty. It's certainly not a red card or anything, but clumsy is probably again the word I'd use for that tackle there. It could have been given as a foul.
I had a nice drink of hot water then whilst you were talking.
I've tried to keep mine in the shade, and it's just not happening.
Yeah, tepid. Doesn't even describe it. I'll probably fry an egg on this desk that we're commentating from if we're not careful. It is warm, but it's not affecting the tempo of this game too much, certainly not from the Polish point of view. Mbappe for France at 0-0. Inside right channel, slides it out to Dembele, level with the edge of the area, up against Zalewski once more, lays it back to N'Golo Kanté at the edge of the box, tees up Chouameni, right-footed shot dragged wide, but it took a deflection. It's a corner kick to France away to our left, right rather, 0-0.
Yeah, really good opportunity there from Chouameni. We've seen him score goals from there before against England in the last Euros, in the World Cup. But yeah, I mean, edge of the box, edge of the D. It's good defending, to be fair, because they throw bodies at it and he can't get a clean strike on it, and it goes out for a corner.
Which is to be taken on that far side once again by Ousmane Dembele. France's fourth corner of the half. He's taking it short to the left-hand corner of the box. Hernandez in space, chips the ball in, flick to the far post. Upamecano knocks it down, and Saliba hooks it over the bar from about 12 yards out. Couldn't keep it down, and Skorupski, I think, had it covered anyway. Goal kick, 8 to half-time, 0-0.
Yeah, really well worked, changing up a little bit there. And to be fair, Upamecano does well to knock it to an area for Saliba, and that's a difficult finish. I mean, he's going the wrong way. It bounces up. He tries to swivel and volley it. To hit the target with that kind of skill set would have been difficult. But again, France again just upping the tempo a little bit. As soon as they up the tempo like they did in that last phase of play, they get an attempt on goal.
England, Slovenia to come live tonight on TalkSport at 8 p.m. All the build-up starts in Cologne with Adrian Durham, Stuart Pearce, Jim Proudfoot from 7. Lewandowski trying to bring the ball down and smack it goalwards on the half volley from 25 yards out, but as it goes horribly wide, he decides it's down to the fact that his shoelaces weren't tied properly, and wisely goes down to adjust them, so he's not blamed too much for that effort.
Do you know what? I don't mind that. I know he smashed it wide, but the attempt was decent because the touch was good. The first touch was good. It was just the execution that he got completely wrong. But I don't mind that because he had no other options on. Why not hit it?
He scored 5 goals at European Championships, Robert Lewandowski. The Polish total in 5 tournaments is 12. And they've won 2 out of their 16 matches at European Championships, this being their 5th. Best they managed was Euro 2016, when I saw them lose a penalty shootout to Portugal in Marseille. France think they've won a corner, but Dembele was the last to touch it, says the assistant on this near side. And Dembele toe pokes it back across the 6-yard box for Skorupski to take the goal kick.
I think that's the right decision. It looked like Dembele tried to get there, but it looked like Jakub Kiwior got there just before and it came off Dembele's foot. But I mean, you're talking about Lewandowski there, and this first half, it's not just about his goals. It's about his creativity, how he takes the ball, and we saw someone absolutely fire a ball into him. He killed it with his first touch, he turned Upamecano, he brings others into play. It's his whole all-round game.
Skorupski's long goal kick downfield, looking for Lewandowski, but Upamecano wins the header that time for France. Dembele hooks it over his head on the halfway line, looking to send it from right to left, but it won't find Barcola. Frankowski heads clear, but Hernandez picks it up for the French in their left-back position, right by the halfway line. Plays a 1-2 with Saliba. Now Chouameni, who passes the ball along the deck through the centre circle to Koundé. Early ball looking for Dembele, keeps it in play on this near touchline. The right-hand side, again Zalewski back-pedalling, lays it back to Koundé, back into the centre of the Polish half for Chouameni. Now Mbappe has it left-hand corner of the box. Will he drop his shoulder and try and go for goal? No, he rolls in Hernandez down the left-hand side of the box, pulls it back to Rabiot with his back to goal at the edge of the area, tries to tee up Mbappe, he's made room for a shot, won't take the shot, tries to play a 1-2 instead, goes down under pressure from Davidovic, and the referee says get up. And meantime, Poland try and bring the ball clear, but Urbanski is beaten to the ball by William Saliba, who passes it field to Upamecano, 0-0.
I don't know why Mbappe didn't get the shot off. He did everything right. He used his body and he was under pressure. He plays a nice little 1-2 of Rabiot, just hits it. He wants to take that extra touch and it kind of gets crowded out and then he dives. It's never been a foul. But just have a shot. We get to see him have a shot in this first half. He's done the hard part, created that half a yard, just hits it.
Bradley Barcola left hand side for the French. Finds Rabiot at the left hand corner of the box. Zielinski in front of him. Goes infield to Mbappe. Now Barcola. Mbappe takes over. Great save by Skorupski. Just turns it round for a corner kick. Suddenly it was really tight for space on the left hand side of the 6-yard box and Mbappe flicked it goalwards, but a flick of the left glove from Lucas Skorupski kept it out. Corner France, 0-0.
Yeah, good play there from Bradley Barcola on the half turn and Mbappe using that pace. 5 yards, wow.
Dembele's corner headed up and over by Upamecano, and that's a goal kick, but Skorupski just instinctively for left glove of that effort from Mbappe, didn't he?
Do you know what he did? And do you know what the problem was? Is that because it was running out of play, Mbappe couldn't open up his body. Run down that left-hand kind of channel, you want to open your body up and use your right foot, kind of guide it into that far corner. But because he's running out of space, he's trying to get contact on it as quick as possible. He's trying to just stab it into the ground, and it's a really good save.
Urbanski chests the ball down neatly in the centre circle, then he's dispossessed by Upamecano. Rabiot though runs into Szymanski, he fouls Szymanski, and the referee brandishes a yellow card the way of Adrien Rabiot. That's his first of the tournament. He's not walking the yellow card tightrope like Messrs Dembele and Mbappe are, but it's a booking all the same, and Poland have a free kick, 0-0 late in the first half on TalkSport 2.
I think Poland have done really well to kind of get themselves back into shape really quickly. I mean, the only problems they've caused themselves is when they've lost possession, and then France have kind of got Kante, Tchouaméni, Rabiot, Mbappe running forward. But on the whole, this first half, there haven't really been too much pressure on them from France.
Jakub Moder will have the free kick. Mbappe standing right next to him like he wants to take a short pass to him. Moder will just loft it down the left-hand side, looking for Nikola Zalewski. Brings it down and will keep it in play. Volleys it across the face of goal, but it does drift out for a goal kick in the end away to our left, where the French fans are bouncing in the yellow wall end, the south stand, but not a great deal for the French to cheer about. 2 minutes of normal time remaining in this first half, 0-0.
Yeah, nothing at all really. Nothing at all. I mean, they've had a few moments just there. We saw Mbappe have an opportunity, but in terms of their free-flowing football and their attempts on goal, it hasn't been great this first half. I said it before, very lacklustre, lethargic.
Barcola trying to inject pace. Finds Rabiot, left-hand side for France. Getting up towards the edge of the penalty area. Now Mbappe takes over. Lovely ball down the left-hand side of the box for Hernandez. Across the face of goal, it doesn't find anybody in blue. It's Zalewski who clears it away. That looked an almost certain goal for France as they got in behind. But Nikola Zalewski back in front of goal to clear his lines when there could have been 2 or 3 in French blue that could have touched it away.
Yeah, it was again. Dembele was in there. To be fair to France this time, on this occasion, there are 3 or 4 in there and it manages to evade all of them. But that's what you've got to do. You've got to get numbers in there because it's good play from Hernandez. He puts a really good ball in there. Dembele, Kante, Rabiot's in there, but it just eludes all of them. But that was better from them.
Approaching half-time, 0-0 on TalkSport 2. Barcola for France, level with the Polish penalty area. Finds N'Golo Kante, back for Hernandez. Mbappe again takes over that left-hand corner. Plays a 1-2, gets away from his man, tries to roll it in at the near post and Skorupski blocks it behind. He had Dembele calling for it at the far post, didn't use him. Mbappe went for goal. Skorupski saves, corner.
Really good play from Mbappe. He loves that little 1-2 with Rabiot when he's in behind. I thought he was going to get brought down for a penalty, but I don't think that Dembele was on for the cutback.
Short corner finds Theo Hernandez, left-hand corner of the box. Time to measure a crossing. Headed out by Davidovic and then whacked clear and out of play by Frankowski. And so Mbappe still waits for his first European Championship goal. Dembele might have a word with him about half-time about not passing to him.
I bet he doesn't.
Bradley Barcola picks it up instead. Left-hand side. We're into 2 minutes of minimum stoppage time at the end of this first half, and Barcola runs out of room over on the left-hand side, and it goes behind for a Polish goal kick.
I mean, it's great play from Barcola, the little back heel. But as Mbappe goes past him, I'm thinking, can he find Dembele? I think it would have closed up. I mean, the goalkeeper Skorupski does really well, so he kind of covers that near post angle. You've got Jakub Kiwior getting back in there. You've got David with kind of cutting off that area. So even if they had tried to square it, I think the ball wouldn't have got to Dembele.
Mbappe definitely tried to play it through Skorupski's legs. But Skorupski did like a cricketer does, fielding it long on, and just got his knee across and blocked it behind. So we're into added time at the end of the first half in Dortmund, 0-0. Here's Jakub Moder trying to fire the ball through the centre of the field along the deck, trying to find either Urbanski or Lewandowski. Shamani brings it clear, strong run from him over halfway, drifts out to the left-hand side and feeds the ball further down the line to Barcola. What a challenge by Frankowski, but it was too heavy, said the referee, and he's going to be spoken to. Maybe a yellow card, I'm not sure, for Przemysław Frankowski. Certainly going to be spoken to by the Italian referee. And France, right at the end of the half, have a free kick out on the left-hand side, 0-0.
Do you know, it's probably one of those challenges a couple of years ago it probably doesn't get given, but because it almost does that scissor action and leaves the ground a little bit, that's why obviously endangering an opponent as soon as you leave the ground. I think that's why the refs give it.
But no yellow card. Now Dembele standing over this free kick. It's a yard, maybe two in from the far touchline, and almost level with the edge of the Polish penalty area. Poland holding their line 12 yards from goal. Very narrow as well. Upamecano at the far post, Mbappe at the near, struck by Dembele, and Skorupski flaps it away under no real pressure, but it goes out of play for a France throw. And that is the end of a frustrating first half for the French, looking to try and top Group D. They have found Poland a very tough nut to crack in this opening 45, and in fairness to Lukasz Skorupski, coming in for Wojciech Szczesny in the Poland goal, he's been the livelier goalkeeper, but he's dealt with everything that France have thrown at him in that first half. And at the other end, Mike Manuel had to be smartly down to his left-hand side to save a shot from Urbanski from the edge of the area. Darren Bent, at half-time, it's France 0, Poland 0. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it hasn't been great from France from an attacking perspective. I mean, a bit too lethargic. It's only the last probably 10 minutes you'd have to say they really maybe upped it a little bit and tried to cause Poland problems, but before that they were quite comfortable. But just when they up at the tempo and the little 1-2s with Mbappe and Bradley Barcola, they just almost unlock Poland a little bit. So I think if they up the tempo a little bit, certainly in the final third, they'll cause them problems.
Penny for the thoughts of Didier Deschamps at half-time. And Antoine Griezmann, love to know what he's thinking right now, sat on the bench, wanting to be a record appearance maker at major championships for the French. Not starting today. He'll be in Deschamps' ear, surely to goodness.
I think we'll definitely see him second half. I think we'll definitely see Olivier Giroud as well. And Bradley Barcola's done really well this first half. He's a youngster, 21 years old. He's been really positive. But the only kind of obvious change I can see that could happen is going to be Mbappe to that left-hand side and Giroud down the middle. And then you take off one of the midfielders, maybe Rabiot, and put Griezmann in. Because you can't take off Dembele. He carries that goal threat. And you have to get Giroud on, I think, at some point, because they're getting the ball wide. They're looking to cross it and they can't because they've got no one to hit.
It's half-time as well in Berlin. The Netherlands 0, Austria 1. The earliest own goal in Euros history, scored by Donjon Malen, putting the Austrians ahead. And that means that as things stand, Austria will win Group D with 6 points. France would finish second on 5. The Netherlands would finish third on 4 points. But a lot can change in the next 45 minutes, both here and in Berlin. You can keep up to date with everything with the Euros every morning with the Euros All Access podcast. Sam Matterface, TalkSport's chief football correspondent Alex Crook are joined by some top guests every day out here in Germany, available wherever you get your podcasts from. Scott Minto will be alongside the guys for tomorrow's pod. We'll talk England in a minute, but at half-time here at the BayWa Bay Stadium in Dortmund, it is France 0, Poland 0.
Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2 with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Let's go live to hear about that winning goal.
The crowd's gone absolutely wild here. How on earth do you sum up your emotions right now?
Amazing. A hat-trick is just the best feeling ever.
Is it though? Is kicking a ball into the back of the net really better than food fulfillment from Burger King? That warm, fuzzy feeling of total food satisfaction. Like finishing the last bite of a Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus.
No.
Correct. Burger King. That's food fulfillment.
I tell you what, Jeff, it's been some journey, but here they are, just moments away from the whistle.
Absolutely. There's been twists, there's been turns, not to mention that parking of the bus. But as the clock runs down, I think they're going to make it.
It goes to show that you can really handle the pressure when your tyres are performing.
I'm home. Has the game started yet?
Top performance.
Driving home for the match? Keep your tyres in peak condition. Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre. Quick Fit, drive away happy every time.
Strength comes from confidence, both on and off the pitch. And confidence starts with self-care. Upgrade your game with Dove Men Plus Care Advanced 72-hour sweat protection antiperspirant deodorant and Dove Men Plus Care 24-hour nourishing body wash. Perfect for your post-match shower. Now available in new eucalyptus and mint long-lasting fresh fragrance. Let confidence last with Dove Men Plus Care. Proud partners of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
I need to get snacks, I need to get drinks, should have done this beforehand. I need to get treats, gotta find a BP, gotta find a BP. Oh, my mates say won't like me, gotta find a... Oh, there it is.
BP is here for all your big game essentials. Plus, BP Me Rewards members can earn points to put towards great saves.
Adam in the car 1, hungry mates 0.
BP, here for all of life's journeys. BP Me Rewards card or app required. For full T's and C's, visit bpmerewards.co.uk.
Get match ready with Club Card prices. Like Pringles 185 grams, now £1.45, down from £2.25. With Tesco Club Card, everyone can feel the to lower prices. Tesco, every little helps. Majority of larger stores end 16th of July. Club Card or app required.
When Andre sold his car on finance with Motorway, he got more money. Ooh!
What are you doing there?
He then put that extra money into tickets to follow his team around the country.
Come on, lads!
Selling on Motorway was completely stress-free, which is more than I can say about being a supporter of... Yes!
Sell your car the more money way, where 84% of sellers sold for more. Motorway. Validated against 2 independent sources. Visit motorway.co.uk/claim.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every England game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet Builders are 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Euro Game Day Live, delivered by TalkSport 2 with Burger King. Save big with the $4.99 King Box. It's the ultimate match day lineup, featuring a barbecue double melt burger, chili cheese bites, fries, and a drink.
UEFA Euro 2024 Germany. Tonight from 8, England versus Slovenia on TalkSport.
Chance for a goal! It's there!
And Denmark versus Serbia on TalkSport 2. Kick off 8 p.m. Back of the net. TalkSport 2. Every sub, every send-off, every sublime set piece. Official broadcast partner of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany. Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport 2. I like it.
England off to a winning start. Boy, is there room for improvement.
Every tournament I've ever been to and ever played in, we've suffered criticism.
It frustrates me, the negativeness about what's been said and about formations and all that. All this negativeness doesn't help.
We're going to get better, and we have to keep progressing in this tournament.
England have never won their first 2 games of the Euros, but victory here would seal Group C and do it with a match to spare.
I know, and the players know what needs to be better.
At the moment, we're flat as a pancake. We really are.
Boos and whistles. Greet the full-time whistle.
You're going to hear boos. Some people, I think that's why we love this game so much, because it's all about opinions and what we feel.
Yes, we haven't played well. We've underwhelmed in terms of a performance, but you don't want to pile on.
England led, but have been pegged back and have struggled.
In this system, with this atmosphere in the camp at the moment, they're not delivering.
We all want to win a major tournament. I'm sure they want us to win a major tournament, and being as helpful as they can and building the lads up with confidence would be a much better way of going about it.
Half-time here in Dortmund, live on TalkSport 2. France 0, Poland 0. Ian Danta and Darren Bent, the former England striker, with you here on TalkSport 2. England later then, Darren, hopefully we'll get back to see that game once we leave the BVB Stadion here and get back to see how England get on. It's so frustrating with England at the moment for so many reasons. I don't expect England to put teams away 4 or 5, Darren, but you know, you look for signs, don't you? You look for signs in a tournament that you can be encouraged by, and there's so much inhibition in that England side at the moment. It's actually quite disturbing.
Do you know what it is? And you want to, like, even if it's a 15-minute spell, 20-minute spell where you go, wow, okay, that's what England are trying to do. We haven't quite seen that yet. And obviously with the players responding to what pundits are saying as well, that not that they're taking the eye off the ball, but don't worry about all that. Do you know what I mean? You could address that later. But I hope, all I want to, even if we win 1-0 tonight, but there's a level of performance and we've hit the bar, we've hit the post, it's exciting, but it's only 1-0, I think you'll take it. But what you don't want it to be is all of an ambled 1-0 win. Yes, 3 points are always the most important thing regardless. And if we play this way the whole way through the tournament and win it, no one can say anything. But I just think you want a little bit more excitement from this team.
I'd love to know what some of the left backs back home in England are thinking right now, because Luke Shaw, once again, not training. It's going to come to a point where it's going to reach a tipping point, Darren, where he's going to have to be sent home, because his club's going to be asking questions. Well, is he going to have a summer off? Or are you going to keep training him but not use him?
Yeah, it's a surprising one, that, and you're right. When you look at the lack of left footers in the squad altogether, I mean, I've said before, I would have taken someone like a Tyreek Mitchell just to have a look at him when he had, I think it was the 36 or however many it was. I would have maybe taken Branthwaite as well, lefty. Even had a look at, and this is how far I was going down in terms of left footers, even someone like a Dan Burn. Just take him. I'm not saying he's necessarily good enough at this level because we've not seen it, so I don't know. But he's left-footed, just gives you balance, just options. The fact he opted to leave all of them at home and not even take them was really surprising to me. And the way that Tyreek Mitchell certainly ended the season at Crystal Palace, that was a surprise as well.
England play Slovenia tonight. It's live on TalkSport. All the build-up live in Cologne starts at 7 p.m. with Adrian Durham, Stuart Pearson, Jim Proudfoot, your commentary team. Faye Carruthers, our England correspondent, will be in amongst it with the headline makers. Whatever happens, and we'll see whether England can indeed win that group and get themselves through, because if they finish second in that group, they would end up back here on Saturday to face Germany, and I don't think England would want that straight away. I think they'd like to get a bit of momentum and get a bit warmed up before they face the hosts, who have looked superb so far, Darren.
Do you know what they have? I mean, I know the last game they had to come back to get that point, but you're right, they've looked really, really good. They've got players and game changers in their squad, and I think that's why we're so disappointed. I know I'm bringing it back to England, but when you look at what they've got, the likes of Jamal Musiala, Kai Havertz, who you know very, very well, they've got good players in the squad, and you look what we've got in attacking areas, in Bellingham, and Foden and Kane. The fact that they're putting a level of performance Germany and we just haven't yet, I think that's a disappointing thing as well.
So stick with TalkSport and you will get the whole game live and your chance to react to England's performance after full time on the Sports Bar on the usual number 03717 223344. You're listening to France 0, Poland 0 live on TalkSport 2 here in Dortmund. Let's take a look back on the first half with Carling.
Halftime highlights on TalkSport 2 with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Finding Dembele. Oh, just skips Vasilevsky. He's got space to gallop into in the area. 3 to pull it back to. Looks for Barcoli, misses it. Hernandez coming in. Oh, it's put wide by the foot of Skorupski, who defended it at the far post. Didn't use him. Mbappe went for goal. Skorupski saves corner. So those are the first half highlights. Second half to come, and ahead of that second half, let's take a look at the odds with our friends at William Hill.
In the Zone on TalkSport 2 with William Hill. Prepare for greatness with William Hill. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
So with the score at 0-0 at half time, the odds see France to win, priced at 2-1 on. If you fancy Poland to go on and win from this scoreline, that's priced at 13-2. The draw, that's at 27-10. That was a look at the latest odds. Thanks to William Hill. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus, and the website you need is begambleaware.org. Now all the Polish substitutes are out there warming up. They won't appreciate that much in these conditions, but there's no French players out warming up, Darren Bent, that I can see.
No, not yet. No, and it's quite surprising that. I mean, Poland maybe because they're going to make a change potentially the France, because I don't think Didier Deschamps would have been happy with that first half performance. But I think Poland, obviously, they're not going to make any changes. I think they've actually done relatively well with this first half. I know they haven't really caused Mike Maignan in goal a problem, but I think defensively they've been okay. They've done all right. It's only when France kind of up the tempo they've caused them problems. But up until then, they've looked really comfortable.
Well, Poland finished bottom of their group at the last European Championships. They lost to Sweden and Slovakia and drew with Spain. That was a decent performance that day, but they finished last, and Michael Probies, their manager, had got them 8 unbeaten going into these championships, having taken over from a fairly disastrous short spell from Fernando Santos, the former Portuguese manager who'd had a rotten time of it coaching Poland, was quickly relieved of his duties. And Probies, who used to coach the under-21s, came in. But he's only a young coach, Michael Probies. He'll be learning an awful lot of this tournament, Benty, won't he?
Yeah, it will be different obviously styles, the way the team sets up, the way they defend. But again, for this Polish team, it's moments really, isn't it? I mean, we haven't watched them. We've watched all 3 of their games now, and they haven't managed to sustain even like a 30-minute period or a 20-minute period where they're on top, they're causing problems, they're little 1-2s, really intricate play. It's almost just like a little 2 minutes here, they have a little counter-attack, then they have a team dominate for the rest of the half. They can't put it all together at the minute.
Well, now the officials and the players start to re-emerge from the tunnel just down beneath our commentary position here at the BVB Stadium in Dortmund. Kylian Mbappe readjusts the mask, protecting that broken nose that he picked up in the first game. And we're looking to see if there's any signs of changes at the restart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There might be a French change. I can only see 9 outfield players and the goalkeeper, unless somebody's gone for a loose stop and is late coming back out there. Certainly looks like the Poles are coming out are as they were at the end of the first half. No changes there. There's only 9 outfield players for the French out there at the moment. It's Jules Koundé winding me up. He needed a loo break. So neither manager has decided to shuffle his pack at the start of the second half. I knew that. I got too excited about that, Benty.
But it's not like Jules Koundé didn't have the last 15 minutes to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, why is he waiting right to the very end?
Well, Mbappe's just having his mask adjusted by one of the French physio staff, and the Polish players have gone into a huddle ahead of the second half. Almost the whole pitch now in shade down beneath us. We've still got a little bit of late afternoon sunshine in our faces, hence the Euro 2024 bucket hats that me and Benty are both sporting. I've gone for the plain design, Benty's gone for the multicoloured.
Yeah, I'd like to give it a little bit more. Plus, we can't be the same, can we?
No. You wouldn't want to be the same as me.
No,
you saw me buy the plain one, but I can't have the same.
No, you're a cool guy. But I just thought, you know what, that's your style now. You had the bucket hat first. I had to go a different route.
Can we have that clipped back at the station, please? You're a cool guy. I want to dine out on that for the next 4 years. Darren Bent thinks I'm cool. We're about to get underway. France will have the kick-off in all blue. They'll be heading for their supporters away in the south stand, the yellow wall end away to our left-hand side. Poland in all red will be heading towards their supporters in the north stand away to our right. And remember, Austria still a goal to the good going into the second half against the Netherlands in Berlin. If scores stay as they are, it'll be second place. But as soon as I say that, the Netherlands equalise. Cody Gakpo has made it 1-1 in Berlin right at the start of the second half. So that puts the Netherlands back in control of Group D.
He loves a goal at a European Championships, doesn't he, Cody Gakpo?
Doesn't he?
Brilliant in the last one.
Only weighs 3 at the World Cup as well.
Yeah.
In Qatar, went off like a train at the start of the tournament. What can France do, having not made any changes at half-time? Here is Bradley Barcola down the left-hand side of the box. Hernandez tries to pull it back to Mbappe. It was a good pullback, but well spotted by Jakob Moder, who just put his foot through it and whacked it downfield. That's 5 in 9 major tournaments for Cody Gakpo as he equalises for the Netherlands to make it 1-1 there in that game. So Netherlands now back top of the group. France second, Austria third. N'Golo Kanté finds Dembele out on the far right-hand side. Tucked in field by Rabiot, who's gone out to join them. Jules Koundé plays the ball to Mbappe. It's very slow, methodical at the moment for the French. You get the feeling that they could just speed it up whenever they want to, and Mbappe gets it back now. Into the area, lashes a left-footed shot way over the bar, and now belated the offside flag goes up as well against a French player. It's a Polish free kick.
Yeah,
0-0 here.
He drops really deep, Mbappe. I think at times he doesn't need to go over there. I mean, you've got Dembele on that right-hand side. You've got N'Golo Kanté goes over there. You've got Rabiot that goes over there. You've got Jules Koundé over there. I mean, he goes over there as well, and there's no need for him to go over there. Stay high. I know he likes to drift and get on the ball, but in that scenario there, he was doing them no favours by going over there. He just attracted more Polish players to him.
It's a massive tricolor and a massive tifo of a cockerel being flown behind that goal. I wouldn't want to be stood behind that if I was a France supporter. I wouldn't be able to see a thing. 0-0. Here come Poland, and it's with Sebastian Szymanski. Finds Frankowski, right-hand side. Lewandowski couldn't take the ball with him as it was fed in field to him. Half clear by the French, but Moda stepped in front of Conte, tried to feed it out to the right wing, but overhit the pass intended for Frankowski. It's a throw to France. Couple of minutes gone in the second half on TalkSport 2. Still goalless between France and Poland. Darren Bent.
I've just seen it, Lewandowski. I mean, it came out at half-time. He's removed the kind of restraint that he had on his quad. So I wonder if that was affecting him a little bit, restricting his movements, because he's taking it off. He looks fine.
Now here is Dembele down the right wing for France. Pushes into the area, lays it back to N'Golo Conte at the edge of the area, and the strike hits Davidovic and goes behind for a corner kick at that south stand end to France. Their 7th of the game, 0-0.
Yeah, good play again from Dembele, being direct this time, not opting to go past the fullback, just cutting it back to the edge of the box. And Kante with a good strike, good defending.
So a right-footed outswinger from Ousmane Dembele coming up for France into the 6-yard line. Lewandowski up first to head clear, only as far as Koundé, who'll tuck it back out to Dembele on that right wing, checks back onto his left foot, then dummies, goes past Zalewski, gets to the byline, fires it in, punch clear by Skorupski, comes out to Theo Hernandez, and Mbappe goes for goal, punch clear again by Skorupski, who's having one hell of an afternoon in the Polish goal to repel the French. 0-0.
Yeah, really good save from Skorupski there. I mean, Mbappe almost telegraphed it, to be fair. He tried to bend it into that far corner. I don't think he got enough curl on it, and to be fair, the goalkeeper was there and he makes a really comfortable save.
And N'Golo Kante now picks it up for France. Onto the chest of Rabiot, taken off his toe by Theo Hernandez. Now Mbappe, left-hand corner of the box, rises the challenge to Frankowski, goes for goal again, and it's wide. We were right behind that in our commentary position as Mbappe let fly, but couldn't whip it. It was along the deck, and I think Skorupski had it covered anyway. Goal kick, 0-0.
Do you know what? He gets too much toe on it. And what I mean by that is that when he's cutting there, he wants to bend it with the inside of his foot, and it comes off the edge of his foot, like towards the toe end, and he doesn't get enough whip on it, and it just goes straight out for a goal kick. But I think if he had hit the target and he got a bit of purchase on it, I think the goalkeeper might have been in trouble.
Poland having trouble clearing their lines in their own defensive third. Moda will get it clear up to Lewandowski, who controls it beautifully and manages to bring a teammate into the game in Szymanski, but then he's fouled, and here come France again. Mbappe, he's done the defender there, but then got dispossessed quite brilliantly at the edge of his own penalty area by Frankowski, and he now sends the ball downfield. Zielinski handballs it, controlled it with his left arm as the ball was fizzed across to him, but Mbappe was cleaned out there trying to take the ball through the centre of the pitch. 5 gone in the second half, it's still goalless.
Lovely play from Mbappe there, let it run across his body, and it was Jan Bednarek who tried to pull him back, but he just couldn't get that touch out of his feet to have a strike on goal.
TalkSport 2 at Euro 2024. France coming forward yet again, this time with Theo Hernandez down the left-hand side. Lays it back to Adrien Rabiot. Mbappe, left-hand corner of the box where we've seen him so much in this game, has it there again. Once again onto his right foot, feinted to shoot, then clips it down the left-hand side of the box for Hernandez. No first-time cross from Hernandez. Gives it back to Mbappe. Terrible first touch, but still manages to feed it back to Chouameni in the midfield. Now across to the right-hand side for the French, and Dembele looking to take on Zalewski. In onto his left foot, crosses blocked. Attempted header clear once, twice by Bednarek, gets it clear the second time of asking, but it's headed back to the edge of the box, but Barcola then barges Szymanski to the ground, and Poland are repelling France as best they can. 51 minutes played on TalkSport 2, 0-0.
Do you know what surprises me as well, Dan? Is that the biggest weapon that Mbappe's got is his pace, and he never runs in behind. I never understand that, because me as a forward, that was my biggest strength, was running behind. Mbappe is so much faster than any of the back three for Poland, but yet he never threatens to run in behind. Everything's to feet. Every now and then he should mix it up, going behind, and that will stretch the pitch and allow him to come off short and pick up the ball to feet.
Is that more difficult, though, given the fact that Poland are playing 3 at the back and aren't really pressing too high up the field?
Not really, no, because if they win the ball back, look, Jakub Kiwior where he is now, he's just crossed the halfway line, and Uwe Meccano's got the ball. If Mbappe was to bend it down that channel, on that right-hand side channel, it'd be in on goal, no one would catch him.
0-0, 51 played in Dortmund. Here's Barcola. Lovely ball to find Theo Hernandez down the left-hand side. He's got Bednarek backpedaling. Plays it in field to Mbappe, who tried to give it back to Theo Hernandez, who couldn't win the ball back. Clattered into Bednarek, who'd go down in a heap. And a free kick is going to be awarded to Poland inside their own penalty area. and France remain frustrated, 0-0.
I think he slips Theo Hernandez there. I think he goes for the 1-2 and he almost slips and he just catches him. As you said there, he slips and it's Jan Bednarek who clears it, defends really well, but I think Hernandez just slips and then hits the standing foot of Jan Bednarek.
I mentioned Bednarek back in the Premier League with Southampton. Had the most accurate pass percentage in the Championship last season. He's divided opinion amongst Polish supporters. I think he divided opinion amongst some Southampton supporters, but made 8 appearances in the qualifiers. He's loved by his manager. And he's won the free kick, and then down goes Urbanski, and he's won a free kick as Saliba clipped him. But the referee, it's Michael Probias who's got a yellow card, or one of his assistants who's got a yellow card for a bit too much back chat to the referee. I'm not sure whether that was Probias or whether it was his assistant.
I think it was the manager because he screamed when he didn't think he got the foul.
Well, it is a free kick to Poland, so that's a wasted yellow card from his point of view. And it comes up on the big Jumbotron screens. Michael Probias yellow-carded the Polish manager. 0-0 it remained on TalkSport 2. France coming forward with Adrien Rabiot. Inside left channel, but Frankowski did so well, got himself between man and ball, got it clear, and then there was a foul on Frankowski. And Poland, you wouldn't know that they were already eliminated from the tournament. That's one of the most positive things, Darren Bent, I could say about the way they've gone about their business this afternoon.
Yeah, they've all worked really hard, they haven't shirked responsibility, they're getting back into shape really quickly, but also from a French perspective, they're taking an extra touch. They don't need to do that. Rabiot there, rather than taking one touch off his one-it back and passing the ball, he tries to take another one, then another one, and then they get caught in possession. So at the minute they're almost playing into Poland's hands.
Here's Lewandowski. Lovely turn to get away from Saliba, but back came Chouameni to step in front of Lewandowski. Good strength from the France number 8. And the ball's back with Magnon. Goalkeeper passes to the right, and Upamecano just on the right hand side of his own penalty area. Good ball in field for Rabiot, and Rabiot immediately fires it out to Dembele. Now there's a bit of space for the French to attack. Dembele down the right hand side up against Kivior, tries to go on the outside. Kivior brings him down. Penalty. First time we've seen the French really run at Poland, and it was Dembele at pace down the right hand side. Kivior committed to the challenge, brought him down. Penalty to the French at the yellow wall end.
He's done that really well all afternoon, Dembele. The moment he gets the fullback isolated with that pace where he can go either way, he just goes at him direct, no trickery, just raw pace, and he leaves enough there so Jakub Kiwior thinks, I'm going to win this, and just gets a toe in it, and it's a 100% stonewall penalty. And just before that, I had a look down, Dance, and obviously the physio had run to see Giroud, Camavinga, to say, listen, get ready, you're coming on. What if that changes things?
Kylian Mbappe has never scored at the European Championships. Had 18 attempts, and he's had a couple of attempts today, but he takes the responsibility. Frankowski is still inside the penalty area for Poland. Chouameni just ambling back to the edge of the box as well. The Italian referee having a word with Skorupski to make sure he stood on his goal line, and at least 1 foot remains on the goal line when the ball is struck. Mbappe waits, hands on hips, couple of pace run up to the ball for France to give them the lead, and he scores! Sends Skorupski the wrong way. Who's the man in the mask? Well, he's taken it off to reveal it's Kylian Mbappe who's put France in front with the first goal that a French player has scored at these championships. 10 gone in the second half. France 1, Poland 0.
Ice cold from Kylian Mbappe there. I like the slow run up. He almost waited to the goalkeeper. Skrupsiv dived the other way, and he just rolls it into the other corner to the goalkeeper's left. Really calm, composed finish, and maybe that might now settle France down. They hadn't been great up until this point. That might just give them that impetus now to go on and win this game comfortably.
And it will put them top of Group D as well, with the Netherlands just 1-1 with Austria at the moment. So Kylian Mbappe scores his first European Championship goal, having scored 12 in World Cups. And that will calm a few French nerves, particularly those on the bench that you were just talking about, Darren Bent, with regard to rushing on substitutes to try and change things.
Well, to be fair, it looks like he's still going to do it, because he just told him 2 minutes. Olivier Giroud, Camavinga and Griezmann. So clearly, even though they've gone 1-0 up, he's still not happy, Didier Deschamps, of what he's seen so far.
1-0. Poland once again find themselves behind at these championships, but Zalewski down the left hand side of the box trying to change things, tries to toe poke it into the area. Chouameni wins it back, protects it from Sebastian Szymanski. Ball cleared downfield, nodded back towards the edge of the French penalty area, and it's going to be a French throw in their right back position. So all eyes on the technical areas now to see who and when Didier Deschamps brings on players.
I would do it, even though they've gone 1-0 up, Dan. I'm still doing it. I just still don't think they've looked as sharp as they can do, certainly in the final third. And I think Griezmann, he gives you that little bit of impetus. He's clever on the ball, and Giroud, well, we know what he brings. Physicality, he can hold it, he can cross the ball, and he's a real target to hit.
1-0 to France, 12 gone in the second half on TalkSport 2. Here's Jakub Kiwior, who gave away that penalty by bringing down the fast-moving Ousmane Dembélé. And changes being readied sooner rather than later down beneath us. We'll bring you those in just a moment on TalkSport 2. Poland find themselves a goal down, but in possession with Przemysław Frankowski down the right-hand side, looking to take on Theo Hernandez. Runs into Bradley Barcola, and he's sprinting away down this near touchline. Somehow keeps the ball in play. Mbappe telling him to hold it up and just break his run. He's going on the outside of Bednarek. Angles tight, drives it near post, straight into the palms of Skorupski, who can get it clear.
Again, there is absolutely zero movement in the box from Mbappe. I mean, I know he's got his goal, but Bradley Barcola's won the ball back and he's sprinted 60 yards with it, and yet there's no one in the box for him to hit.
Ball goes out of play for a French throw. Camavinga getting some final instructions from Didier Deschamps, so too Antoine Griezmann. Griezmann about to become a record breaker. I'll explain more on that in just a moment when he enters the field of play, but the substitutions haven't been made yet. France have the ball on the halfway line. They lead Poland by a 1-0, and the French supporters away to our left now in full voice as we approach the hour. And Austria back in front against the Netherlands, getting better and better for the French. They lead and the Austrians are back in front in Berlin, 2-1 against the Netherlands. Ball's back with Koundé, right-hand corner of the box. Now Chouameni. Giroud's going to be coming on as well for the French. Going to be a triple change in a moment. But first, here's Mbappe, who scored from the penalty spot. Infield for Hernandez, just opened up for him for a moment, but he elected not to shoot. And instead he finds Chouameni. Koundé, Dembele, right-hand corner of the Poland penalty area. Goes beyond Zalewski, keeps it in play at the dead ball line. Oh no, he almost trod on the ball. And he goes behind for a goal kick. And here comes the triple change for France. It's going to be a busy 30 seconds or so for the fourth official, changing all the numbers over. N'Golo Kante is coming off first. And another impressive performance from N'Golo Kante. Also coming off is Adrien Rabiot. That will allow Griezmann to come on, so Camavinga, Griezmann and Barcola coming off to allow Giroud to come on. Now when it comes to Antoine Griezmann, I must mention this. This will be 33 appearances now, Darren Bent, at major tournaments for Antoine Griezmann, which eclipses Lilian Thuram's record of 32 for France. What a servant he's been for his country.
I'd have been happy with one. So the fact that he's got, what, 30 odd, I mean, it's
33, yeah.
33, that is absolutely incredible. And he's so important. I know he had a tough time when he went to Barcelona for that money. Didn't really fit into the way that they played. But every single time I've watched him for France, he's always there. And I'm not talking about in the friendlies where they should beat teams. I'm talking about the biggest stages. So for me, he's class. And this is the correct substitution that I certainly would have made.
So Giroud, Griezmann and Camavinga on. France lead Poland by 1-0, but away come the Poles down the left-hand side with Jakub Kiwior, but two French players immediately around him, Upamecano and Chouameni. Upamecano almost sold Magnon short with a back pass. Giroud trying to make himself a nuisance early on, runs into Kiwior and he's gone down clutching his knee as he's gone to the ground. He's won a free kick for France. And he's rolling around in a bit of agony. Olivier Giroud, his left knee that's causing him the problem. Meanwhile, you're listening to Euro Game Day live on TalkSport 2, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager, 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
That's definitely a change that I would have made, you know, Olivier Giroud. I just think they're not getting enough bodies in the box. They've got no target to hit when they sprint forward. No one's really breaking their neck to get in the box and try and get on the end of anything. I think with Olivier Giroud, you know now, if you're Dembele, of even Mbappe now, who's come out to this left-hand side, Hernandez. When the ball gets set back to you on the edge of the box, just clip it in there. You haven't got to look, because you know Giroud will be in there.
It's Romano Schmidt, incidentally, who got that second goal for Austria. So as things stand in the group, France win it with 7 points, Austria second with 6, Netherlands third, but will surely go through as one of the best third-place sides with 4 points. That's how things stand, with Austria 2-1 up, as they were against Poland. I don't think you want to face Austria at this point in time. I think that there's something about them, Benty. We saw it ourselves against Poland last time out in Berlin.
Yeah, they've got real good shape. Ralf Rangnick doing a really good job there of Austria. Sabitzer, Marko Arnautovic, they've got some good players, really good players.
Not so much the Wreck-It Ralph that was given to him as a nickname at Manchester United. Now Dembele away for France to try and make it 2-0 into the area. Goes for goal, and I'm not sure whether he was going for goal or looking for Mbappe. He put so much weight on the cross, it fizzed across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. And that's a chance that's gone begging for the French to make it 2-0 on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, Dembele's been their best player. I mean, driving with the ball again, good 40 yards. It gets it all wrong because Mbappe's movement finally has been really good. He starts on this left-hand side and he just sprints to that near post, and Dembele gets way too much on it. And even if he does hit Mbappe, it's a difficult chance to score. It's the wrong height, too much pace. But again, Dembele's their source of out at the minute.
Apparently that Romano Schmidt goal is the 900th goal in the history of the European Championships. There's your useless stat of the day, Darren Bent.
I enjoyed that stat.
OK, I'll take that. 1-0 to France on TalkSport 2. 63 minutes gone in Dortmund. Here's Piotr Zielinski drifting away down the left-hand side for Poland. Lewandowski and Szymanski up to the edge of the area, but the ball in field from Zielinski easily cut out by Griezmann. And he now plays a 1-2 with Giroud. Then Griezmann look for Mbappe. Cleared away somewhat desperately by Jan Bednarek. It's back with France once again, and Camavinga. Mbappe hustling down the left-hand side, got Frankowski backpedaling, elects to flick it back to Hernandez on this near touchline. Now Mbappe again, Camavinga just in field, good run from Camavinga up to the edge of the area, tries to play a 1-2 with Giroud, loses his footing at the wrong moment, Camavinga, and Poland win it back, 1-0 to France.
Yeah, good play there. It was unlucky that from Camavinga, just popped it into Giroud again, that's what it gives you on the edge of the box, using his body, physicality, holding it up, and he just loses his foot in Camavinga at the wrong time, as he can either have a shot or play in Dembele. But again, I think Giroud gives you that real physical presence. He won't run right, he won't run left, he'll stay central and you can play off him.
That's former England striker Darren Bent, you can hear alongside me, Ian Danta here in Dortmund. 64 minutes play, France 1, Poland 0. A scoreline that, as things stand, will see France win Group D, ahead of Austria in second and the Netherlands in third. Now way down the right-hand side comes Koundé, clips it in field to Griezmann. Griezmann up to the edge of the area, deflection on the shot, takes it wide for a corner kick. Wasn't much power on the shot from Griezmann, but the deflection means that France have a corner at the yellow wall end, 1-0.
Yeah, he didn't really get enough strike on that. He picked up a really good area just outside the D on the edge of the box, and he tried to get that strike off. I think maybe the pass to Mbappe might have been on a little bit more, but again, I'm not going to criticise him for shooting, because with that left foot that he's got from that area on the pitch, he can score from there.
Karol Świderski on shortly for Poland, but meantime Griezmann, the other number 7, is going to take this left-footed out-swinging corner for France away to our left-hand side, deep corner beyond the far post, and it's inadvertently sent back by the thigh of Urbanski to his keeper Skorupski. Bowls it overarm out to Zielinski, who drive up to the halfway line for Poland. Mbappe's penalty separating the sides, his first goal at the European Championships, and he'd had 23 efforts at goal to get that first one.
Not a bad ratio, that.
Here's Urbanski in the middle of the French half for Poland. Tries to play a 1-2 with Zielinski, but it's read by Dembele that time, helping his defensive unit out. Oh, it's a lovely pirouette from Dembele as well on the far touchline. Mbappe making a run through the centre, tries to find him, but Skorupski's starting position was at the edge of his 18-yard box, the goalkeeper. And he got there ahead of Mbappe. Camavinga again slips, this time he was pushed by Sebastian Szymanski. That'd be a free kick. A couple of times that Eduardo Camavinga's lost his footing since coming on as a sub. Meantime, Świderski is going to come on for Poland. We're about to see who is going off, and it will be Nikola Zalewski, who picked up a yellow card in the first half. So he goes off, and Karol Swiderski comes on to replace him. Plays his club football at Hellas Verona, although he really belongs to Charlotte FC in MLS, but has been on loan at Hellas, bit hit and miss. He got injured just before these championships in a warm-up against Turkey, so he's only had fleeting moments out there on the pitch, but he's on there now replacing Zalewski for Poland, who've got a quarter of the game left to try and earn a share of the spoils. They've never lost all three in a group stage, Poland, at the European Championships, but that's what they're staring at right now here in Dortmund, live on TalkSport 2. Lewandowski was caught by Chouameni. Lewandowski is being offered the hand of friendship by Antoine Griezmann. It does help him up, and it will be a free kick eventually, but it looks like the free kick's gone against Lewandowski. 1-0 to France.
A little bit of Real Madrid-Barcelona rivalry there, Chouameni and Robert Lewandowski.
Going to be seeing Mikhail Skoras of Club Brugge in a minute, but not just yet. Oh, he's just come on. There he is, wearing number 25. He came on for Szymanski. So Szymanski is off, as well as Zalewski. Skoras is on. Meantime, Koundé driving down the right-hand side, runs into Jakub Moder. It's a throw-in for France, just over the halfway line. Just over 20 minutes to go. England play Slovenia later. Team news will be coming up very, very shortly. Adrian Durham, Stuart Pearson and Jim Proudfoot will be inside the stadium in Cologne. Full commentary. Here's Theo Hernandez coming forward for France, pulling the ball across the face of goal, and again, even with Giroud up there was nobody in front of goal to tuck it away for 2-0. Darren Bent shakes his head.
Theo Hernandez has got every right. I mean, he gives everyone there a disgusting look because he does everything right. He goes down this left-hand side and he puts a great ball in. And to be fair, Giroud again, he pulls off. Usually he's the one who gets into that 6-yard box and gets these tap-ins. He tries to pull off. Then Benny's out the far side. He doesn't get himself in there, and he just flies across the back, the box for a throw on the other side. Really poor play again from the attacking players from France.
Poland in possession with Jakub Kiwior on the halfway line. Knocks it infield to Moder. Now into the centre circle for Urbanski. He's being forced back into his own half further and further by Camavinga. 20 minutes to go. France topping the group as things stand, with Austria 2-1 up in Berlin against the Netherlands. That's live over on TalkSport right now, with Adam Bridge and Mick McCarthy, your commentary team for that game. Ian Danter and Darren Bent with you in Dortmund. Poland under pressure. Too heavy a challenge from Chouameni to win the ball back off his opposite number out there, Jakub Moder. Poland get a free kick at the edge of the centre circle.
He's lucky there, Moder, because I thought Chouameni won the ball quite cleanly there, and if he'd won it, Griezmann, Mbappe, Giroud, they were all the way. I think it would have been a 3v2, but the referee gives a foul there, and I'm not quite sure it was.
Played out to the left-hand side, and Poland, all in red, have it back on the halfway line. It's left for Zielinski. Looks for the run of Lewandowski. Made a run through the middle, but Upamecano hooks it half clear. Might drop on the right-hand side for Skoras. He tried to clip it down the right-hand side of the box for Swiderski. But France clear their line. It's a dummy from Mbappe. Lets the ball roll up to the halfway line, but the Polish have it back. Back on the halfway line with Kiwior. Strokes the ball out to the left-hand side. And Frankowski, who's now switched wings. He started the game as the right wing back, he's now the left wing back. He's been dispossessed by Dembele out on that far side. Now Chouameni, robbed by Lewandowski, up to the edge of the area, goes for goal and almost caught Magnon out, who was scrambling to his right hand post, and the ball went just the wrong side of that post for Robert Lewandowski, who whips up the crowd in the north stand away to our right. They're not done yet, Poland. France 1-0 up.
Yeah, Chouameni's lucky there. He tries to be too cute, too clever with the ball, and Lewandowski, using his body, gets in there, out-muscles him, which is positive in itself, and he gets it out his feet, and he just can't hit the target. I think by the time he hits the shot, he's stretching for it as well, but I think even if it hit the target, I think Manu would have saved it.
He was nervous though, the way he was scrambling to his right hand side, the French keeper. That would have been interesting if that had been a half a yard or so further inside his far post. He now whacks it downfield. 18 minutes to go on TalkSport 2. France 1, Poland 0 if you're just tuning in.
I don't know what boots Camavinga's got on, but all he's done, he's had the ball 4 times, he's slipped 3.
I think he thinks he's got skis on and needs to put some wax on before he went
Honestly.
out there. You're right though, he's lost his footing repeatedly. Here he is again, standing still on the near touchline. Ball's played into Mbappe. Hernandez finds Camavinga, left hand side, darts infield, good run Camavinga up to the edge of the area, tried to feed it into the feet of Giroud, but it's won back by Moda. Finds Lewandowski, but the heavy touch allows Giroud to come back and win it for France, and Lewandowski's shoulders droop just a little bit as another Poland counter-attack comes to nothing. Mbappe meantime tries to play a 1-2 with Camavinga. Quick feet from Mbappe, lovely twinkle toes from the French captain. It's worked out to Griezmann, right-hand corner of the box, but he runs into trouble in the shape of Frankowski, and now Lewandowski lays it off to Urbanski, and a first-time ball to try and set Swiderski away down the left-hand side. Saliba's gone with him. Swiderski holds the ball up down on the far side for Poland. Support from Frankowski, and he hits the ball against Dembele and wins a throw for Poland. 1-0 to France, 73 minutes gone on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, good pass there from Poland. They broke really well, but the ball just won't come down for Swiderski. It's a really good run, but his touch takes up in the air, and that allows Saliba to get back in position.
Zielinski trying to thread the ball through the eye of the needle into the penalty area. Comes out to Lewandowski quite deep, 30 yards out, just chips the ball into the box. Swiderski brings it down, goes down under pressure from Upamecano. No penalty, says the referee, and instead it's a 3-on-3 break for France. Dembele has Giroud and Mbappe to his left, rolls it in for Mbappe, and he hits it straight at Skorupski, and it stays 1-0. But the Polish fans are whistling away to our right for a penalty they think that they should have. Darren Bent.
I'm not sure. I think he might have got a toe on the ball. I mean, I can understand he's still down now, and I'm guessing they'll check it. But I thought Swiderski, I think it had just gone. I thought he might have got a touch on the ball.
Checking for potential penalty in the VAR hub. Massimiliano Irati is the VAR official. So they're checking for a penalty. It's gone up on the big screens.
I mean, contact is minimal. I mean, he goes down, and I know it's contact. You run that risk if you put a challenge in. But what I will say is contact is minimal. Not enough to take you down like he's gone down.
Well, we're seeing a replay currently of Mbappe hitting the ball straight at Skorupski on the counter-attack. And the referee's been told to come and look at the referee reviewing monitor away to this near touchline. And you know what normally happens there? If a referee goes to look, he changes his decision. He's gone to look. It's in between the two technical areas, this review area, in the shade here at the BayWa Stadium in Dortmund. And we wait patiently to see what the referee from Italy, Marco Guida, has decided. Polish fans believe it's going to go their way. France have this 1-goal lead. The VAR decision is penalty. And Group D may well change once again in terms of its finishing places. Poland have a chance to score from the penalty spot, and of course he's going to take it. Robert Lewandowski will have the strike when he gets the ball.
I'm not sure it's a penalty, Dan, if I'm honest. I know it looks like he makes contact with the back of the heel, but also it looks like he gets a little bit off the ball as well, so I'm not convinced that's a penalty. Not at all.
And the Netherlands equalise against Austria. That's now 2-2, Memphis Depay. So it's all sorts of changes. I'll bring you that in a minute, but the most important thing right now is to see what happens with this Polish penalty. And it's only now that Robert Lewandowski has the ball cradled under his arm and is about to place it on the spot away to our right. Manuel only standing a couple of yards away from him now, being told by the referee to back off and get to his goal line. Robert Lewandowski, 82 goals for his country, 312 in the Bundesliga, including a whole host of them when he wore the colours of Borussia Dortmund when he played here at Signal Iduna Park. Here he is up against Manuel to bring Poland level, Poland's talisman, to try and make it 1-1. Short run up, right footed, a delay, and it's saved by Magnon. And they can't turn in the rebound, and it's gone behind for a corner, and Magnon is the hero, and he's surrounded by his teammates slapping him on the back. But the referee saying, hold on, did the goalkeeper move off his line before the ball was struck? And he said yes, he did move off his line, it's got to be retaken.
Yeah, it looked like he did, to be fair. I mean, the penalty was a poor one, no real power on it, and if the goalkeeper goes the wrong way, it's a good penalty, but there was no power in it whatsoever from Lewandowski. That little stutter step didn't help, and again, to put the ball, it goes the right way, Mike Magnon, but he just goes too early.
So it will be Lewandowski again to place the ball on the spot. Once again, Magnon is standing right in front of him. Once again, he's told to shift by the referee. So, second time of asking for Robert Lewandowski to try and bring his country level with 12 minutes to go in Dortmund on his old stomping ground. Big deep breath from Lewandowski. The whistle's gone. Another stuttering run up towards the ball. Right-footed effort. This time he beats the keeper. Lewandowski levels it up. It might be his last appearance for his country at a major championship, but he's scored his 83rd Polish goal, and he's brought them level to shake up Group D, even if Poland can't qualify. France won, Poland won. Of course it's Lewandowski.
He was never ever going to miss that second one. After that first one, and to be fair, when he missed the first one, he screamed at the referee, he's come off his line there. You give him a second opportunity, he wasn't going to miss, and again, he does that little stutter run up. It goes the same way, and Mike Magnon goes the same way, but this time it's right in the inside of the post. It just clips the inside of the post to the goalkeeper's right, and it's a really good penalty, and it's 1-1.
Well, what a moment for Robert Lewandowski inside the stadium, where really he made his name before his big money moves to first Bayern Munich and then Barcelona, where he currently is. They love him, the Polish fans away to our right. And Austria are back in front for the third time. A thriller in Berlin. Marcel Sabitzer makes it 3-2 with 9 minutes to go there in Berlin. So Austria are winning the group again. France are second on 5 points, with Austria on 6, Netherlands on 4 points. What a topsy-turvy group this has been on the final afternoon. Here's Lewandowski, oh, little dummy, almost rolled into the path of Swiderski, but France cleared their lines. And going to see a change for France, and Youssouf Fofana of Monaco going to be on in a minute. 1-1 the score here. And at the moment, Austria holds sway in Group D.
Do you know what? France better up it, because the way Poland have been, certainly when they got that goal, when France put 1 up after that penalty, again, it went back to that lacklustre, and Mbappe's rolling the ball with his studs. They're playing with no real tempo, taking it easy. Now that's 1-1, they have to go on and win the group. And Poland look like the team at the minute. They've got that little bit of energy, even though they're out the group, they're out the competition, and they can't qualify. They're the ones that are playing with real energy, real competitiveness.
Koundé being forced back towards his own goal line by Swiderski, out of play for a throw. You're listening to Euro Game Day live on TalkSport 2, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction and get your favourites delivered now. Once again, Lewandowski whipping up the Polish fans away to our right-hand side in the north stand. Youssouf Fofana coming on now to replace Chouameni, who's gone behind the goal away to our right-hand side. So Fofana of Monaco wins his 20th cap as he comes on. 1-1 the score. Poland have possession. It's back on the halfway line though with Davidovic. Plays it out to the left-hand side, and Frankowski plays a little 1-2, and he's got a bit of space to run into. He's got Koundé back-pedalling. Bit of belief from Poland here. Oh, lovely ball from Zielinski. Lewandowski blasted over from a tight angle left-hand side of the box. And suddenly Poland look the more likely to win it. 1-1.
They're the one with the up-tempo, and to be fair, it's a good chance for Robert Lewandowski, someone of his quality. But it's the little run across your body. I mean, it's really good play from Zielinski and Abanski, and they roll it to him, and he just lets it shift across his body. And I'm pretty sure he's going to go across goalkeeper, but gets too much on it. But really sharp play from Lewandowski in and around the box.
Well, they're doing themselves proud, Poland, and their fans. They're out of the tournament, but it shows you they're desperate not to lose all three, and they've never done that in the Euros, and they're protecting that with the point that they're earning here, and in doing so they're denying France the chance to top the group. We've got 8 minutes of normal time to go on TalkSport 2. France won, Poland won. Throw into Poland, pretty much bang on the halfway line on the far side of the field. Taken by Kiwior, turned round the corner by Swiderski, but Lewandowski won't win it. What a player, 152 caps, now 83 goals, 600 plus career appearances, and he's still got the fire in his belly to do more. Now he's trying to outpace Upamecano, who very cleverly flicks the ball back to his goalkeeper Maignan, who clears from inside his 6-yard box up to halfway, but it sails over the head of Giroud, and Davidovic can bring it down. Poland look more likely here, Darren Bent. It's really strange.
Do you know what, Daz? I've been there as a player when you're winning, well, not so much comfortably, but you win and you almost take your foot off the gas psychologically, and you start doing things you wouldn't usually do, and it's very hard to then go back to playing at that tempo.
Kiwior down the left-hand side, swings across in. Skoras will try and keep the ball in play on this near side, does so. Faced up by Hernandez. Plays it back into midfield, midway point of the half. Jakob Moder with a cross, good cross. Lewandowski flicks the header over the bar, and it's a goal kick to France, 1-1. In fact, it came off Upamecano last of all, says the referee. It's a Polish corner at 1-1.
Again, Robert Lewandowski, the cross comes in, he pretends like he's going to run behind Upamecano, and at the last second he just darts in front of him, and it just is about half an inch too high, while Lewandowski scores his second. And to be fair to Upamecano, he manages to get his head to it.
So Piotr Zielinski with a right-footed out-swinging corner just down to our right-hand side for Poland. Lots of movement inside the penalty area. Zielinski strikes it right-footed, heads go up, it's cleared away, out by Saliba, and then Urbanski tried to fire it back into the box, but it came off the back of a French player and bounced comfortably through for Maignan. 1-1, 6 to go.
Yeah, Poland are really pushing now, and they do themselves proud because they're out the tournament. They could have down tools and gone, do you know what, there's France have gone in front now, we'll just hurry up and get this game over with and then we'll go home. But no, they're trying to put up a fight. You said that they don't want to lose, never lost all 3 games in a group stage. You can quite clearly see that now. That's not in their psyche. They don't want that to happen.
Ball in field from Theo Hernandez. Mbappe, who put France in front from the penalty spot. It's a tale of 2 penalties from the 2 captains. Here's Mbappe trying to drive into the box. Good clearance by Davidovic, but it comes back out to the French on the right-hand side, and Koundé. Lovely 1-2 with Mbappe. Koundé pulls it back for Giroud, and the shot is blocked. Jan Bednarek threw himself in front of the ball, and it goes behind for a French corner. That was proper last-ditch defending from the Southampton man. 1-1.
Yeah, really getting your body on the line there. I mean, he slips as well, which makes it even more impressive. He slips and still manages to get his body to it, but really well worked from France. And Giroud probably thinks he scored because he connects really well, but really good defending from Jan Bednarek.
But Griezmann will have the resulting corner. Away to our left-hand side, a left-footed out-swinger. Meantime, Randall Kolo Muani's going to come on for Dembele. Whistles surround his introduction, the PSG man. Scored 9 goals in his first year at Paris Saint-Germain. Goes straight into the box, having replaced Dembele for this Griezmann corner. Left-footed out-swinger to come from the French number 7. The referee just looking at a bit of pushing and shoving as Griezmann prepares to take the corner. Now the whistle goes. 1-1 to score, 5 to play. Griezmann takes it into the near post, headed out by Lewandowski, defending his near post. Comes out to Fofana, and he hits the ball against Lewandowski and wins a throw left-hand side. Ball's taken quickly by Griezmann and throws it back into Hernandez, gives it back to Griezmann, swings in a left-footed cross, and a somewhat nervous touch behind from Przemysław Frankowski. He said, I didn't get a call to his goalkeeper, and France have another corner at 1-1.
He doesn't need the call, just clear it. He gets it completely wrong.
And Mbappe's taking the corners now. In it goes into the near post. Griezmann flicks it on. Giroud heads it down. Brilliant goalkeeping from Skorupski to keep the ball away from Griezmann. And Poland clear their lines, but only as far as Koundé. Plays the ball into the feet of Camavinga, who's trotting back towards his own halfway line. France are running out of time. If they want to win the group, they need a goal. It's 1-1, and there's 3 minutes to go. Here's Fofana up to the edge of the area, gets it back from Giroud, tries a drive, blocked by Moda. And now Skoras on as a substitute, hits the ball against Muani and wins the throw for Poland to huge cheers from the Polish contingent to our right-hand side. 1-1.
It looks like something's happened to Mbappe. I mean, he's really holding his face. He's moved the mask up as well. It looks like he's taking a bang on that nose. Obviously, he's had fracture, but look, he's had to move the mask. He's waving. He's clearly not happy with something.
Something that Didier Deschamps can ill afford to be without a fully fit Kylian Mbappe. And you're absolutely right, Darren Bent. His body language is one of immense frustration at the moment, Kylian Mbappe. Not helped by the searing heat in Dortmund this afternoon. 1-1, 2.5 minutes of normal time to go. Is there a winner in it for either side? Because let's face it, Poland have earned their equaliser by sheer dogged determination. Ball's on halfway, the Kivior. It's having his shirt pulled by Camavinga. Free kick, bang on halfway. And Poland have it out on the left-hand side with Zielinski. Frankowski making a run, tries to get inside Koundé, goes down. Koundé under pressure from Swiderski. Puts the ball out. Is that giving us a French throw? It is. The time is running out for Deschamps and co.
I just wonder if Poland had played like this in the first two games in the group stages, I don't think they'd be going home. The way that they've played, the energy they've shown this last 15 minutes, they've really given France a game.
Now a yellow card for Davidovic for a foul on Giroud, just shy of the halfway line, rubbing the back of his head ruefully as he gets to his feet. Olivier Giroud. Free kick taken short. Into the last couple of minutes of normal time, in fact 90 seconds to go. France coming forward with Theo Hernandez, left-hand side of the box, tries to pull it back for Mbappe, but Skoras, back defending, stepped in front of the French captain and got his foot to the ball. Now it's with Jakub Moder, midway point of his own half. Lays it down to Urbanski, but his ball over halfway is come to be goaled up by Youssouf Fofana. Last minute of normal time, 1-1 in Dortmund. Austria are winning the group as it stands. They're 3-2 up against the Netherlands. Live on TalkSport, condemning the Netherlands as it stands to third place in the group. They will qualify though as one of the best third place finishers. Here's Mbappe shifting the ball into the area, looking for Giroud. Easily defended, but a good touch from Urbanski. Swiderski turns away from Upamecano, nudged to the ground by Camavinga. Free kick Poland as we enter the last 30 seconds of normal time. 1-1.
Swiderski's come on and had a real impact, to be fair. His link play with Lewandowski's been really good, but not only that as well, he's done what he's done there really well. The ball's coming to him, he's using his body, he's turning, he's drawing fouls, and just giving Poland a breather, a chance to get more men up the pitch.
England play Slovenia tonight. Team news coming up in about 10 minutes. Live over on TalkSport with Adrian Durham in Cologne, with Stuart Pearson, Jim Proudfoot, your commentary team. England want to top their group. France want to top this group, but as we go into 5 minutes of minimum stoppage time, this 1-1 scoreline is only good enough for second place for Les Bleus. Skoras loses out, and away comes Mbappe down the left-hand side of the area. Defenders backpedaling. Tries to put it across the face of goal with the outside of his right boot. Goes behind for a French corner. Away to our left-hand side, 1-1.
Yeah, they again, congested penalty area. Poland players getting towards Mbappe, not allowing him to come back onto that right foot.
Mbappe takes the corner really deep, looking for Saliba to help it back across goal. It's half cleared by Poland, then Urbanski sweeps it further downfield. Poor touch from Theo Hernandez means he has to go back into the centre circle to retrieve the ball. 1-1. Nearly a minute gone of the 5 that have been added on by the Italian referee. Austria 3-2 up on the Netherlands. That's in stoppage time as well. Over in Berlin, they've got 6 minutes of added time there. Now, here is Fofana, goes down under pressure, but the referee says play on. Mbappe, left-hand corner of the area, gets the ball on his right, still wants to shoot, does get the shot, and it's deflected, and it makes the save more comfortable in the end for Skorupski. 1-1.
It's been a bit one-dimensional from Mbappe this second half. I mean, he's getting the ball on his left-hand side, and the Polish defenders know exactly what he wants to do. He's cutting inside, he feints, and then he goes back inside again to have a shot. And I just don't know if he a couple of times go on the outside, use your left foot, and then just fire it across. It may hit someone and go in.
It's Darren Bent, you can hear alongside me, Ian Dante here in Dortmund. Playing out time here with Poland already knowing before kick-off they were going home, but they're going home with their heads held high at the moment. But now, Hernandez is pulled back by Swiderski as he tried to break down the left-hand side. Easy yellow card for the referee to give, and France have a free kick about 5 or 6 yards in from this near touchline, 25 from goal, 1-1.
Yeah, a little high five between Swiderski and Hernandez, and Hernandez will understand why he's done that. I mean, look, going into the injury time, it's clear through on goal. The next pass would have been a cross or a shot at goal. He had to bring him down. He absolutely had to.
So Griezmann will have the free kick for the French. Poland holding their defensive line just inside the 18-yard line. Upamecano's way over on the far side of the field. Mbappe's gone near post. In it comes from Griezmann. Lovely delivery, and it hits the chest of Upamecano and goes behind for a goal kick. 2.5 minutes of stoppage time gone. Still France 1, Poland 1.
Yeah, he got a little bit too much air on that one, Antoine Griezmann. He's gone to deliver it, and everyone's almost kind of clambered into the middle of the goal towards the front of the goal, and it's kind of eluded everyone in it. I think it hits Upamecano on the back post and just goes out for a goal kick. Opportunity gone. So France finishing second in the group as things stand. Austria are going to be the group winners of Group D. Goal kick smacked downfield by Skorupski, who's had a good game in goal for Poland this afternoon, winning what is only his 11th cap, getting a chance without Szczesny getting a run this afternoon. He's done really well, made some really good saves today. He looked really assured as well when he's come for crosses. He's commanded his box really well today.
So we played nearly 4 minutes of the minimum 5 that have been added on. England-Slovenia coming up over on TalkSport. Our coverage starting in about 7 or 8 minutes time. Here's Mbappe for France, clipping the ball to the right hand side of the box. Koundé brings it down, fires it across the face of goal. There's pinball in the box, but it's the red shirts of Poland that get it clear. Lewandowski fighting for the ball near the halfway line with Upamecano. Goes out of play, and it will be a Poland throw, and they'll love that, Lewandowski and co.
That's what he's done so well today, Robert Lewandowski. At times they've just blasted it forward, he's used his body. Because Upamecano and Saliba, big physical centre-halves, he's backed in, he's won fouls, he's turned them, he's won inside a throw-on over there. He's been really, really impressive today.
Poland have the throw out on the left-hand side. 30 seconds of stoppage time left to play on TalkSport 2. Lewandowski can't control the throw. Upamecano will guide it back to his keeper at pace. One more chance for the French to get the ball downfield. Manuel sends his players downfield. Here it goes, the Hail Mary down the centre of the pitch, looking for Giroud to win the flick on. He does win the flick on, and Mbappe brings it down. Did he get fouled at the edge of the area? No, says the referee. Davidovic did not foul him, says the Italian official. Ball bouncing around midfield, Poland getting up to halfway. Lewandowski holds off Camavinga. Camavinga then wins the ball back, but illegally so. Free kick to Poland. And Didier Deschamps says, why was that given? And why wasn't a foul given on Mbappe earlier? 1-1.
Do you know what? It looks like he's got a touch there. I think Mbappe generates the contact. I don't think it's a foul. I think he almost looks for it. He holds his body position and then almost runs into, waits for the contact from Davidovic. I don't think it's a foul.
So a free kick bang on halfway to Poland. With the score at 1-1, Swiderski saying, play it into me, in between the two centre-halves. That's the attempt. But the full-time whistle goes in Dortmund, and France have missed the chance to top Group D as Poland hold them to a 1-1 draw here in Dortmund. A tale of two penalties from the two skippers. Kylian Mbappe put France in front 10 minutes into the second half after Dembele was brought down by Kivior. But then when Swiderski was fouled by Upamecano 20 minutes later, Robert Lewandowski back on his old stomping ground here at Borussia Dortmund Stadium equalised with a twice taken penalty. The first saved by Manuel, but penalised for coming off his goal line. And Lewandowski was not to miss at the second time of asking. And so France, with Austria 3-2 up, are going to finish second in Group D. Austria look like they're going to win the group. And even though Poland are going home, they've still managed to keep their record of not having lost all three in the group stage at a European Championship. But France only have one goal in the group stage, scored by a French player, and it had to come from the penalty spot. Darren Bent.
Yeah, really poor from France. I thought when they went 1-0 up, they'd really up it now and go and get 2 and 3, and they didn't do that. It's almost like they scored the first on the penalty spot. I thought their job was done. They stopped getting men into the box. They started to kind of do the little 5-yard passes, little flicks, little tricks, and it just didn't work. But fair play to Poland. As you said there, they are going home, but they gave it absolutely everything that second half. That second half performance from about the 75-minute on is probably the best I've seen them play this whole tournament. They go home, they've done their fans proud, they've done themselves proud, and have ended their tournament at least on a positive with a really good performance against France, certainly in that second half.
Well, with that in mind, let's take a look at the King performance, thanks to Burger King.
King Performance on TalkSport 2 with Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction with the Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus. Order your Burger King delivery now.
So Darren Bent, who was your King performer in that 90 plus minutes here in Dortmund?
Well, do you know what? I wanted to go for Dembele because I thought he was brilliant. I thought he attacked really well, but I'm going to have to go for the man we may never see at another major tournament for Poland. That's Robert Lewandowski. I think he spent so much time isolated, but when the ball did come to him, he held it. Obviously, he missed the first penalty when the goalkeeper came off his line. He scored the second one. Everything he did, everything that Poland did going forward, he was at the heart of it. So I'm going to go for Robert Lewandowski.
I'll also have a bit of a word for Skorupski in goal for Poland, who made important saves when he was asked to do that. That was our King Performance pick in association with Burger King. Coming up next, more live football for you across the network. Denmark against Serbia is here live on TalkSport 2. England against Slovenia live on TalkSport. Adrian Durham, Stuart Pearce, Jim Proudfoot in Cologne. Full commentary of that match. But here at the Dortmund Stadium, France have not won their final group stage match in any of the last major tournaments. They look set to put that right this afternoon, but Robert Lewandowski and Poland had other ideas, and so France looks set to finish second in Group D. Indeed they do, because Austria have beaten the Netherlands 3-2, so Netherlands third, France second, Austria first. What a turn-up for the books in Group D, but France march on to the knockout stages. Poland go home. The final score here at the Bavard Stadion: France 1, Poland 1.
Euro Game Day Live, delivered by TalkSport 2 with Burger King, official providers of food-filment. That warm, fuzzy feeling of total food satisfaction. Order your Burger King delivery now.
I need to get snacks, I need to get drinks. Should have done this beforehand. I need to get treats. Gotta find a BP. Gotta find a BP. Oh, my mates, they won't like me. Gotta find a... Oh, there it is.
BP is here for all your big game essentials. Plus, BP Me Rewards members can earn points to put towards great saves.
Adam in the car 1, hungry mates 0.
BP, here for all of life's journeys. BP Me Rewards card or app required. For full T's and C's, visit bpmerewards.co.uk.
Strength comes from confidence, both on and off the pitch. And confidence starts with self-care. Upgrade your game with Dove Men Plus Care Advanced 72-hour sweat protection antiperspirant deodorant and Dove Men Plus Care 24-hour nourishing body wash. Perfect for your post-match shower. Now available in new eucalyptus and mint long-lasting fresh fragrance. Let confidence last with Dove Men Plus Care. Proud partners of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.